welcome all of those of you watching on the Ivy League Digital Network. Brett Franklin alongside Jill Glessner. We are being simulcast on the Learfield Sports Radio Network across Vermont and New Hampshire. Jill, quickly, 3 keys to the game.
Oh, Brett, it's got to be rebounding. Rebounding, I mean, Columbia has the 3rd best rebounding margin in the country at plus 13. Another one, contain number 20, Camille Zimmerman. This team goes how she goes. So limit her touches, and it's got to be guard play. Kate or Fanny needs to contribute on the offensive end.
And Oliver and Smith will tip it off, and the tip is controlled by Columbia. Camille Zimmerman will grab it. Lions have the possession. 4 quarters, 10 minutes apiece here in Division I women's basketball. Columbia moving left to right, and right off the bat, catching on the left block is Zimmerman. Her layup attempt is no good, but she gets her own rebound and will kick it back out to Polina Corner.
A little deja vu of the Harvard first possession.
They had 3 offensive boards in that first possession in that Harvard game. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 30 seconds into this first quarter. Here's Corner driving to the left block. Kick out to Zimmerman. Fakes the 3. Now she'll drive with 8 on the shot clock. Little bunny in the lane. No good. Rebound for the Big Green and Olivia Smith. Here's Annie McKenna quickly over the mid-stripe, and she backs out of the lane and will rotate it beyond the arc right side to Fanny Sabo with the left-hand dribble. Fanny gives it up to Kate Letkowitz. Dartmouth again will need both Kate Letkowitz and Fanny Sabo to be active on the offensive end here tonight, or one of those 2 players. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Quinones, the baseline jumper, hits off the side of the backboard, and Columbia came away with it but then lost it. Here's Smith with the layup attempt, but she was fouled underneath, and will go to the line for 2.
Goodness. Dartmouth hit the side of the backboard and underneath the backboard on their first field goal attempts.
And a little surprise on that foul call. Smith was falling towards the baseline, going out of bounds, and she just kind of threw up a shot, and it hit on the bottom of the backboard, and they call the foul on Camille Zimmerman, and Meg Griffith clearly upset on the sideline.
I mean, that's great for the Big Green to have their go-to player have their first foul in the first minute and 10 seconds of the game.
So Olivia Smith to the free throw line. First shot is no good. Second shot misses both of them. Dartmouth second in the Ivy League in field goal percentage. Columbia number 1, but Dartmouth going over right there. 8:45 to go first quarter, no score. Dartmouth with their second offensive possession of the night. Here's Camille Zimmerman, the junior out of Tempe, Arizona. Now it's Tori Oliver wearing number 32, this senior out of Manassas, Virginia. Off the curl, elbow jumper for 2 is no good for Paige Tippett. And Dartmouth with the O board, and here come the Big Green with their second possession here tonight. Quinones catching on the right block, tries to get it to a slicing Olivia Smith. Her baseline J's no good on the left side, and then we got a loose ball foul. Looked like Olivia got smacked right in the face on that attempt. They didn't call it there. And then we got a backcourt foul on Fanny Sabo away from the 60 feet away from the basket.
As a coach, that's the most frustrating foul, just being so far away from the basket. Not a heads-up play by Fanny Sabo.
That's her first, team's first. Still scoreless here, 2 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Zimmerman on the right elbow. She gives the head fake, goes strong to the rim. Layup with the right hand is good, high off the glass.
And that's exactly what Columbia wants, is Camille Zimmerman catching on that, being able to drive right at that high post area.
Zimmerman averaging 20.5 points per game. Fanny on the strong run to the lane. Layup attempt is no good, and here comes Columbia the other way. Here's Corner going strong to the rim. Wild shot with the left hand's no good, but Zimmerman is there for the rebound, and an easy putback for 2 for Camille Zimmerman.
She's just always in the right place at the right time, and that's credit to her. She works her butt off to get that positioning.
4-0 Lions, 7:20 to go here first quarter. Big Green looking for their first points of the night. Here's Olivia Smith catching at the high post, floats it in the lane to Quinones. Spin move on Zimmerman, powers up with the right hand, and they're going to call Zimmerman for her second personal foul.
That's a huge call right there. But you got to credit Coach Bell's play call and go right at her. She's got 1 foul, go right to ice, get Zimmerman her second, and we're going to see if Coach Griffith's going to keep her on the floor.
So here is Ice Quinones, coming off the double-double last week from Harvard, sinks the first free throw.
And it looks as if Zimmerman's going to stay on the floor, so they're going to expect the Big Green to keep pounding it inside and putting Zimmerman in a position to foul.
And the second free throw is good. 4-2 our score. Columbia with the lead in the basketball. 7:09 to go first quarter. Again, both of these teams starting out Ivy play 0-2. Only these two teams, along with Yale, winless in league play so far. Here's Zimmerman, catches right of the circle, long 2-ball, no good, but the rebound by Corner, the point guard, and she'll dribble back out and reset. Rebounding is going to be big tonight. That was part of your keys, Jill. Here's Tori Oliver at the right elbow. Now she'll put it on the floor. One dribble to the free throw line. Jumper no good. Olivia Smith with the board.
It's good defense by Smith. Oliver's best driving to the basket. That's not where they want her to shoot that long jumper.
Quinones catching in the left wing. Try to skip past to Fanny on the baseline, and it was stolen away by Columbia. "20 seconds on the shot clock, 6:15 to go first quarter. Here's Oliver on the left elbow. She'll put it on the floor, drive and kick. Here's a 3-ball attempt from the right side, and it's good for Paige Tippett. First 3-point field goal of the night, and Columbia ups their lead 7-2. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Looks like Columbia staying in man-to-man. Here's Olivia Smith. A jumper on the baseline is no good. And then a loose ball foul in the backcourt. Another one. And that's going to be on Olivia Smith.
Fred, that's something that Coach Bell was talking about in terms of shot selection, when the highest percentage shot is getting 1 or 2 ball reversals, where she's not thrilled that Olivia Smith just took that. They didn't have to reverse the ball, right? And we talked about how Columbia doesn't do well defending actions, and that was just a one-pass jumper.
Dartmouth has yet to hit a field goal. Their 2 points coming from a nice Quinones free throw attempts. Fanny Sabo sits. Emily Slagle enters the lineup for the Big Green with 5:35 to go first quarter. Columbia up 7-2, and they have the basketball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Oliver. Drive and kick in the left corner. They swing it top of the key to Surloff. Surloff with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Surloff finds Oliver with 2. Oliver puts it up with 1 on the shot clock. Jumper no good. And the rebound controlled by Kate Letkowitz. And almost tied up with Oliver, but Letkowitz rips it out of her hands, and here comes the Big Green. Dartmouth moving right to left across your radio dial. Here's Quinones finding Slagle wide open for 3 in the right corner. It's short, but Slagle gets her own rebound and then throws it away, trying to get it to Olivia Smith. And it's a Dartmouth turnover with 5:06 to go here in the first quarter.
You love Slagle's hustle, though, right, Brett? Whenever she goes in, she makes plays. She missed that shot. She followed her own rebound. She had the right idea. Olivia just wasn't able to get to the pass.
We'll have a media stoppage. Next whistle. Columbia with the basketball up by 5. Here's Corner. Off this curl, going strong to the rim. Skip pass in the left corner. Here's a 3-ball by Tippett. Shot no good, and the rebound for Annie McKenna. Still an 8-4 rebounding advantage for Columbia here early in this game, but Dartmouth with the ball down by 5. Still looking for their first field goal of the night.
They should go right into Olivia Smith with Zimmerman on her.
McKenna catches from the right wing, goes strong to the baseline. Reverse layup with a right hand is good for Annie McKenna.
And that's the difference when you have Annie McKenna versus Amber Mixon on the floor. Annie McKenna is always looking to score.
7-4 the Lions lead. Columbia with the basketball moving left to right. Surloff. Bounce pass to Zimmerman on the right elbow. Zimmerman squaring up on Quinones. Kicks out to Tippett. Back to Zimmerman. Straight away 3 with 10 on the shot clock. Off the back iron, no good. Long rebound grab by Olivia Smith. 1 of 2 from beyond the arc here for Columbia.
You saw Coach Bell call power. This is going to be post-to-post action. They're going to try and get Zimmerman. They switched out.
Here's Quinones top of the key that she wanted to go inside to Olivia Smith. And then there's a whistle, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Olivia Smith. And that'll stop the clock with 3:41 to go here in the first quarter. Columbia 7 and Dartmouth 4.
We take care of the whole recovery process, getting them back to the level they were before they got injured, and many times even better. What's involved is preserving dreams.
The first thing I do with any athlete is figure out their goals and then try to make a plan based upon that.
One of the things that people don't quite understand about team physicians is how invested we are in these people's lives. We don't look at you as a guy with a shoulder problem. We try to understand what it is that makes you tick.
3:41 to go here in the first quarter. Dartmouth women's basketball trailing Columbia 7-4. As Dartmouth with only 2 field goals here tonight, or one field goal, excuse me. Annie McKenna with 2 points. Nice Quinones with 2 points coming from the free throw line. Jill, what have you been seeing so far here in this first quarter of play?
Well, it's been sloppy on both ends. But looking at the stat sheet in front of me, Columbia has 6 more shot attempts than Dartmouth, and they have 3 O boards. So the Big Green are going to have to get discipline, get position, and box out.
Dartmouth on the floor here. It's Quinones, Emily Dryden, who's into the lineup here. Fanny Sabo, Kate Lekowitz, and Cy Lippold. Again, no Amber Mixon tonight for the Big Green, so down to only 2 point guards here. Here's Camille Zimmerman going strong to the rim from the top of the key. Layup attempt's no good, but the rebound putback is good for Devin Roper, the senior out of San Diego.
And Devin Roper had 17 points last time they played Dartmouth, so
they can't sleep on her.
Absolutely not.
And the lead is bumped back up to 5, 9-4, the Columbia lead. Here's Fanny catching on the right wing. Layup is good. Nice backdoor pass there from Cy Lippold, who'll get the dime.
And he loved that she was able to execute that, her first offensive play since getting subbed in.
Fanny's first points of the night. It's 9-6, the Columbia lead with 2:55 to go first quarter. Here's Corner driving from beyond the arc right side. Driving kick. They rotate it to Zimmerman. Wide open look for 3 right of the circle. Shot no good. And the rebound grabbed by Kate Letkowitz. Rebounding advantage now, or rebounding totals now even at 8 apiece.
Thankful that Zimmerman's been off from behind the arc. She's gotten 2 wide open threes.
Here's Sabo beyond the arc right side. Picks up her dribble. Emily Dryden touches the top of the key. Passes it to Cy Lippold, who dribble around. Now she'll dribble to the top of the key. Try to force it inside to Quinones. The ball's loose on the floor. A couple of bodies go flying around. Fanny comes away with it. Going to Lippold and had Emily Dryden wide open, but the ball was deflected on the pass. Goes out of bounds, but it stays with Dartmouth.
Great idea. That was the great idea. Emily Dryden was wide open underneath the basket.
Interesting to see Emily Dryden here in this game, Joe. We haven't seen much of her the last few weeks.
Yeah, she played a few minutes at Harvard, and actually she was in when Cy was in. So they must, prove in practice that they work well together.
Off the inbounds, a quick jumper by Quinones, and it's no good with 3 seconds on the shot clock. And here comes Columbia. Dartmouth's shooting woes from the field continue as a bad pass. Abby Lee tried to force it inside it for Columbia, and it's stolen away by the Big Green. It's the second turnover of the night for the Lions. Here's Dryden, top of the key, almost lost the handle. Now they'll get it to Fanny Sabo. Sabo in front of the Columbia bench, gets a high screen from Dryden. Drive in the lane and kicks to Kate Letkowitz. And she'll get it back out to Lippold with 10 on the shot clock. 1:48 to go first quarter. Here's Lippold, a lot of dribbling in the lane, and she finally goes strong to the rim. Layup with the left hand, good for Cy Lippold.
Great patience. I mean, she was looking for her teammate. She's a pass-first point guard. She was looking for her pass.
Instead, takes it to the rim and gets Dartmouth to within 1. 90 seconds to go first quarter. Here's Camille Zimmerman with Quinones on her. Couple of jab steps, now we'll give it up. Here's Zimmerman with the head fake. Dribble, kick out to Abby Lee. She'll take the 3 from the right corner. Shot no good. Quinones with the rebound.
Just realized, Brett, Kate Lekowitz has not taken a shot this game.
They've been pretty tight on her in the half court. Dartmouth can take the lead here with a bucket. 1:05 to go first quarter. Columbia 9, Dartmouth 8. Here's Quinones on the left elbow being worked on by Zimmerman. Here's a handoff to Fanny. Straightaway 2 is good.
Great execution. You see, Dartmouth's gotten a little bit away from their motion. It's more of set plays, and that's how Fanny has scored on 2 set calls.
4 points for Sabo tonight, and Dartmouth has their first lead of the game. Corner 3 from the right side is good for Emily Surloff with a defender right in her face, and Columbia regains the lead. 12-10 the Columbia score, 33 seconds to go first quarter. Dartmouth moving right to left. Here's Cy Lippold beyond the arc right side. It's Kate Lekowitz in the right corner. She wants to drive on her defender. They're going to call a corner on the body.
Mike Griffith is not thrilled with that call.
She hasn't been happy with all 3 foul calls on her team. And Tori Oliver into the lineup. She's kind of come out there for a while, Jill. You noticed she was getting some work done on the trainer table.
I think it's her shoulder. You see her left shoulder has that like physio tape on it.
Alexa Giuliano, the junior out of Hackettstown, New Jersey, enters the lineup here for the Lions with 20 seconds to go on the play clock. Dartmouth down 12-10. They have the basketball, 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Man-to-man defense here for Columbia. Lippold beyond the arc right side with 10 seconds. Fanny springs free, top of the key with 7. Fanny calling out traffic, passes it to Quinones, then they try to go inside to Dryden, and they turn it over. 2 seconds, 1 second. Surloff puts it up at the buzzer, and it's off the back iron, and no good. And we go to the second quarter with Columbia leading the Big Green 12-10.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Get back the life you love.
End of the first quarter, we go to the second quarter. Dartmouth women's basketball trailing Columbia 12-10. As both of these teams looking for their first Ivy League win of the season. Brett Franklin alongside Jill Glessner as we look at the numbers. Dartmouth being led by Fanny Sabo, 4 points, while Camille Zimmerman has 4 points for Columbia. Dartmouth started off a little slow shooting from the field, Jill, but they started to regain their offensive footing there late.
Yeah, I think that we talked about that half-court execution. Fanny was able to get a couple easy ones where we hope that Kate Lekowitz can start contributing this quarter. She hasn't taken a shot attempt. Well, she's on the bench right now, so it's going to have to wait.
Dartmouth will send Quinones, Andy Norman, Emily Dryden, Cy Lippold, and Fanny Sabo on the floor. And there's a nice high-low action as Quinones from the left elbow fed it inside to Fanny on the left block, and she had the mismatch, laid it up in good. Sabo's got 6 tonight. And we're tied up at 12, and into the front court, Columbia with the basketball, and we got a whistle. It's going to be Cy Lippold on the reach. Her first, team's first of the quarter.
Fanny's already looking more confident than she did in the entire game versus Harvard.
Like we said, if Lekowitz is going to be really focused on tonight, they need Fanny to step it up and be that other X factor. Corner wide open for 3 from the right side is no good. And Dartmouth, like you said, Jill, they've been lucky that Columbia's been going cold here from beyond the arc. Couple of open looks here for the Lions for the tray. And here is Dartmouth can take the lead here, tied up at 12, 9:20 to go, second quarter. Here's a straightaway 3 from Quinones, and it's no good off the back iron.
Well, I think they're trying to take advantage of Surloff. They think they have an advantage.
There's
Fanny on Surloff.
Tori Oliver, who takes it strong from the top of the key, layup good. And Columbia has the lead 14-12 with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter.
You want the Big Green to take advantage of Camille Zimmerman being out of the game right now.
Zimmerman, looks like now she's going to come to the bench here. Dryden at the free throw line. She'll drive at her defender, goes strong to the rim. Layup is good. Took Devin Roper right off the dribble, and Emily Dryden with her first points of the night. Tied up at 14 here in the second. Dartmouth in man-to-man pressure. Columbia with the basketball, tied up at 14. They go inside a corner, and the layup is good. It was a down-low screen on the left block, and corner just came off it. Layup good, and Columbia with the lead again.
You saw Cy chasing that, and there was no help defense.
Here's Cy Lippo beyond the arc right side, goes into Fanny, high off the glass, kiss off the glass, good for Fanny Sabo. She's starting to feel it, 8 points tonight, and Dartmouth ties it up at 16.
There we go, so now Fanny has stepped up. Now we need the Ice and Olivia Smith to contribute as well.
There is Surloff, bounce pass to Tori Oliver beyond the arc left side. Now she'll put it on the floor, goes strong to the rim on Dryden, and she's fouled on the layup attempt and will get to the line for 2.
That's a heads-up play by Tori Oliver. She knows that she has a quick first step. And I love what Meg Griffith has done with this offense, having players like Camille Zimmerman and Tori Oliver, how versatile they are, and she gets them the ball at that free throw line, at that high post area, because they can shoot, they can drive.
First free throw is good for Tori Oliver, as Annie McKenna will now check in for Cy Lippold at the 1, and Camille Zimmerman into the lineup here for the Lions, along with Alexa Giuliano. Second free throw is no good, and the rebound for Emily Dryden in the Big Green. 17-16, Columbia on top, 7:45 to go in the first half. Here's Quinones on the left block, going strong on Zimmerman. Layup attempt no good, gets her own rebound. Second layup attempt is off, and Surloff with a rebound for Columbia, quickly up ahead to corner. Surloff, top of the key, thought about the 3, now gives it up to Oliver. Oliver to Zimmerman on the left block, and she goes strong to the rim with the layup.
That's too easy. It's too easy, but they need to keep going at her offensively. Go right back into ice. Get Zimmerman her third foul back on the bench.
19-16 the Columbia lead. 7:14 to go here in the first half. It's Quinones in the left corner. They get it to Norman. Now it's McKenna top of the key. Crosses up Juliana. The jumper is no good. And the rebound for Columbia. Here's Zimmerman in the right wing being doubled by McKenna and Dryden. Now Surloff back to Zimmerman. Corner three from the right side is good. You knew it was a matter of time, and she hits it right there, and it's 22-16. Columbia with the lead, their third three of the night.
You can't let one of the best scorers in the conference that wide open, Brett.
They gambled with it earlier, leaving her open, and then they paid for it right there. 5-point lead here for Columbia. Matches their largest of the night, and then we got a foul in the front court here for Dartmouth with the offensive possession, and it's going to be on Columbia with 6.5 minutes to go here in the second. First team foul on the Lions.
But you like the Big Green's offense just looks more fluid than it did against Harvard. A lot more motion, a lot more cutting. It seemed so stagnant last game.
Dryden out as Letkowitz in for the Big Green. Dartmouth down by 6, 22-16. So this is the largest lead of the night for Columbia. Letkowitz looking inside of Quinones, but can't get it to her. Chest pass to McKenna. She'll drive from the left wing. Kick out to Norman, who'll skip past to Quinones. Baseline jumper on the left wing is no good. And the rebound for Columbia, their 14th of the night. Here's Corner driving from the right corner, and she gets hit with the body, and that'll be a foul on Dartmouth with 5:59 to go here in the second.
Okay, Letkowitz was just a step slow. You saw her lean in with her body.
Letkowitz picks up her first, team's third.
And now you have Andy Norman guarding Zimmerman, and ice is on Roper.
Here's Giuliano. Top of the key off the inbounds pass. Corner springs free beyond the arc right side. We're trying to work on the freshman. She gets a screen from Zimmerman. Corner will pull up for two in the lane. Jumper no good. Letkowitz with the board.
Great job. I mean, Quinones just cleared out space, putting Roper on her back to allow Kate to get that.
14-13, the rebounding advantage here for Columbia. Dartmouth with the basketball down by 6. 5.5 to go here in the first half. Letkowitz catches in the lane. Scoop shot with the left hand, no good. Had the mismatch, just couldn't get it to her. Here's Roper the other way for Columbia. Layup good on the left block.
That was way too easy, Brad. Transition defense starts, you got to stop the ball.
Roper's tough to defend. 6'3" senior out of San Diego, and she can move. Fanny catches on the right block. Layup is good. Got her defender to go blow right past her, and Fanny's got 10 points here in this first half. 24-18 Columbia. They feed it inside to Zimmerman on the right block. Here comes the triple team. Almost got away with the travel. And Columbia retains possession with 15 on the shot clock. Here's Zimmerman. Top of the circle with Norman on her. Gives it up to Roper. Roper to Corner with 10. Corner with the right hand dribble. Hand off to Giuliano. Giuliano driving kick to Roper. Roper to Zimmerman on the left block with 5 on the shot clock. And Zimmerman just throws a wild shot with the left hand. Misses everything. And here comes Dartmouth the other way. McKenna to Sabo. She thought about the three. Will pull up for 2 on the left elbow. It's too long, and the rebound for Paulina Corner here for Columbia. 24-18, Lions on top. 4:20 to go, second quarter. We'll have a media timeout next whistle. Here is Paige Tippett out of League City, Texas. Now it's Zimmerman in the right corner. Skip past to Tippett in the left corner. Tippett was cut off with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Now Zimmerman rise and fire for 3 straight away, and it's good.
Hand down, man down, Brett. Andy Norman was there, but her hand was not up.
12 points for Zimmerman, leading all scorers. And Columbia with their largest lead of the night, 27-18 with 3:50 to go here in the second quarter. Norman trying to go to Fanny Sabo, being cut off. Hands it off to McKenna, top of the key. McKenna picks up her dribble in the left corner. Now it's Quinones dribbling from the right corner, goes strong right at her defender Roper, and the leaner in the lane is no good, and all of a sudden Dartmouth has gone cold here in the middle of the second quarter. Here's a runner on the baseline, left side by Zimmerman, no good, and here comes Annie McKenna for Dartmouth quickly over the timeline. McKenna looking to go one-on-one with Giuliano, and then she turned it over.
She needs to get rid of the ball early there. Kate Letkowitz was wide open.
Corner had Roper running the lane and would have had an easy layup, but a bad pass went off of her foot, and Columbia turns it over, and the sloppy play continuing on both ends, and we hit the media timeout.
At Athletic Brewing Company, we've built America's first craft non-alcoholic brewery. We've created a lineup of award-winning non-alcoholic beers. Our beers are made with organic grains and start at only 50 calories. Athletic beers are perfect for anyone who loves being healthy and active, but also loves to enjoy great tasting beer with friends. To give us a try, go to athleticbrewingcompany.com and use code ATHLETIC20 for 20% off your first order.
3:14 to go, second quarter. It's Columbia 27, Dartmouth 18. This portion of Dartmouth women's basketball on Lear Field is brought to you by La Valley Building Supply. They're your your one-stop do-it-yourself solution. Locations throughout New Hampshire and Vermont, including Newport, Claremont, West Lebanon, Walpole, Rutland, and Ludlow, on the web at lavalleys.com. Last field goal for Dartmouth came at the 5:11 mark. So we'll see how Dartmouth weathers this storm here, Jill. And they're getting it on the defensive end, but offensively, a little bit struggles here.
But Brett, defensively, they must defend the three. Columbia's 4 of 9, shooting 44% from behind the arc.
27-18, Columbia with the lead. Dartmouth with the basketball. Big Green moving right to left. It's been Fanny Sabo leading the charge here for Dartmouth offensively. Norman for three in the left side, airmailed it. Rebound for Columbia.
That's a great play. Andy Norman is the player that you want to get a wide open three.
Columbia with the ball here with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Jania Clemens into the lineup here for Columbia as Tori Oliver powers up over her defender on the right block. Layup good.
It's too easy, Brett. They're too good of post players to get it uncontested right on the block. You got to do your work early and push them off.
Oliver's got 5 points tonight, and it's a 29-18 Columbia lead with 2:20 to go. Lippold for three in the right side, and it's good. It looked like she wanted to put it on the floor and then was unsure and said, I'll take it myself. Three ball, good for Cy Lippold. She's got 5 points tonight. That's the first three-point field goal of the night here for Dartmouth. Oliver again catching on the right block, powers up over two defenders, misses, but the layup attempt by Devin Roper is good. Another offensive board for the Lions.
Well, you hate they actually defended Oliver well on that possession to just let Roper come in and scoop that O-board.
10-point Columbia lead, 31-21, a minute 45 to go, second quarter. Fanny catches beyond the arc right side, picks up her dribble at the right elbow. She'll pull up for two, and it's good.
That's her 12th point of the game.
She's got 12, and Camille Zimmerman's got 12, and Dartmouth now down by 8. Here's Roper beyond the arc left side. Minute 20 to go here in the first half. Columbia with the ball. They're up 31-23. Roper in the left corner. They rotated in the right wing to Giuliano. Giuliano, tough two, fading away, good in the lane.
It's a tough shot, and that's something that hurts the Big Green. Cy Lippold only being 5'2". Giuliano shot right over her.
1 minute to go here in the first half. It's a 10-point Columbia lead. That was Giuliano's first points of the night. Lippold, a lot of dribbling around in the lane, and then she's bailed out by a reach-in foul on Giuliano, which will stop the clock with 51 seconds to go here in the second quarter. That's the third team foul on Columbia.
So this is where you wonder if Dartmouth's going to try and go 2 for 1, right? Try and get a score, get a stop, and get the ball back.
Emily Slagle into the Big Green lineup. Fanny Sabo sits here for the final 50 seconds of this first half. Dartmouth down by 10. Here's Quinones off the inbounds pass. Fakes going inside. Now she'll drive to the lane. Her layup attempt's no good, but Slagle's putback attempt is good. Counted and one.
Just like we talked about, Brett, Emily Slagle, something good always happens when she gets subbed into the game. I mean, you see this effort, boxing out, getting the jumper, making the shot with contact. You can see the emotion all over her face.
Dartmouth needs some spark here. Besides Fanny with 12 points, Cy Lippold with 5. Now Emily Slagle has 3. Everybody with just 2. It's been Fanny Sabo show here offensively, but Emily Slagle trying to help out her team. It's a 33-26 Dartmouth lead with 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Giuliano bounce pass to Zimmerman. She'll take the tough two, and it's good.
That might have been an and one.
It probably
like
should have been an and
Quinones had
one.
some contact on that.
And Belko Klonis will use her timeout here with 28.4 seconds to go here in the second. And it's Columbia 35, Dartmouth 26. And one thing here, Jill, it seems a little bit of deja vu from last week. Every time Dartmouth hits a shot to get close, Columbia answers right back.
Well, and that's the luxury that Meg Griffith is having a Camille Zimmerman on the floor. She's a playmaker. You know, she can score in multiple ways. She just scored right over a 6'3" defender, and she's got 14 points.
Along with 7 boards, by the way.
Right, and this is the first half.
Yes.
That's not her final stat
Right.
line.
Columbia 14 of 31 from the field, good for 45%. Dartmouth 10 of 25 for 40%. It's a 35-26 Columbia lead with 28 seconds to go here in the first half.
And you almost want Dartmouth to use up most of this clock. You don't want to get a quick shot and give Columbia a chance to score. They want to score under 10, start the play, and score, and then have it go into halftime.
Shot clock turned off here with 15 seconds to go. Quinones gives it up to Lippold, and then it's almost stolen away, and then Quinones was deflected, so there's no over and back on the backcourt violation. 5 seconds to go. Here's Lippold going strong to the rim, picks up her dribble. Wild scoop shot, but she's bailed out with a foul with 2.8 seconds to go here in the first half. A nice job by Sy to go to the rim and try and get something from the free throw line.
Just making a play. It looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication. Coach Bell was trying to tell Sy to run something. Andy Norman looked confused, so they need to get on the same page.
So Sy Lippold will try for the free throw attempt here. She's got 5 points tonight, but misses the first free throw. One of 3 on the season for Lippold on the free throw line, and she misses both with 2 seconds, and then rebound for Columbia, and they'll call a timeout with exactly 2 seconds to go here in this first half. Columbia 35 and Dartmouth 26, and boy, these are some of the best free throw shooting, the top 2 free throw shooting teams here tonight, and Dartmouth now 3 of 7 from the charity stripe, and Columbia just 1 of 2. So the irony of the game of basketball, if you
I know,
will.
right? Usually it says the stats don't lie. Sometimes they do.
Here's a stat that's sticking out for me, Jill. 8 assists for Columbia here tonight, and again, only in the first half. And
Well, and I think because they're shooting 47%, so most of their shots are going in. You know, Dartmouth's only shooting 40%, 11 of 27. But that shows having that many assists, they're an unselfish team. And to have an unselfish team with 2 quote-unquote superstars on it, you got to credit Meg Griffith.
2 seconds to go here in the first half. Columbia's got to go the length of the floor. Surloff will inbound it to Zimmerman, throws it up at the buzzer, and that will not hit anything, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Well, both teams hungry to get off the Ofer Schneid here in Ivy play, and so far it's Columbia, the road team, going into the half with a 35-26 lead.
When you make amazing things happen for people year after year, it doesn't go unnoticed. New York Presbyterian, a top 5 hospital in the nation.
During my time at Columbia, the incredible support from the university, alumni, and parents has helped us make great strides in the resources we've been able to provide our student athletes in and out of competition. We do not want to lose that momentum during this unprecedented year. With that in mind, I'm excited to announce the launch of the One Roar campaign for athletics. For this year only, the One Roar Fund will replace all sports-specific fundraising. By bringing our alumni and parent communities together, we can truly do something exceptional for past, present, and future Columbia Lions. In these times where reduced revenues and increased fiscal pressure are the new normal, the money raised during this campaign will support each of our 700+ student athletes from all 31 sport programs, as well as the administrative units that support our teams. Your past investments in our athletic programs have been critical to our success, and I hope we can rely upon you to help our entire department through these challenging times. Be safe and go Lions.
Of the 5 top hospitals in the U.S., one's in Minnesota, one's in Boston, one's in Baltimore, one's in Cleveland, and one's right here in New York. New York Presbyterian, a top 5 hospital in the nation.
So just counting down here the final seconds here at the half. Jill, you mentioned an interesting point as far as the starters go. I thought that was an interesting say.
Well, you just look, and Columbia, they have a 9-point lead, and all 5 of their starters have at least 1 field goal. Where you look at Dartmouth starting 5, and 3 of them are over. Ice, Olivia, and Kate have yet to score.
Boy, it has been a tough going for Kate Letkowitz, especially here at home. And again, you have talked about it, that you knew coming in the best defensive assignment here was, and it was interesting because you mentioned too the physical play of Harvard. That really took a toll on Dartmouth last week, especially towards the tail end of that.
It sure did, and no offense to Columbia's guards, but they are nowhere near as physical or as athletic as Harvard's guards.
Columbia will start with the basketball, moving right to left across your radio dial, as Columbia with a 35-26 lead here to start the second half. And it looks like all 5 starters on the floor here for both teams. Camille Zimmerman, who has 14 points tonight. She'll take the 3 from the right side here, and she misses, but the rebound again by Paulina Corner, the guard for Columbia.
That's exactly what happened, Brett.
And
First play of the game.
And she'll reset. Here's Corner catching on the back door. She was falling down, going out of bounds, and saves it. Here's a 3-ball and no good, but a rebound for Columbia as Surloff's 3-ball was off the mark, and Zimmerman with another O board. Zimmerman tried to catch it on the right block, almost lost it, dribbles back out into the right corner, and she'll reset here with Paulina Corner catching here with 12 on the shot clock. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. First possession for either team. Corner with the runner with the left hand, it's no good, and Fanny Sabo with the rebound. Fanny with 12 points tonight. Olivia Smith, bad pass, turned over, and here comes Columbia. She was trying to get it to Quinones, cutting to the lane. And Columbia
Can't be
with
careless, Brett. Sorry. I mean, it's the turnovers. They're careless. Like we were just talking about, Columbia's defense isn't in your face. Right? Just good decision making. 6th turnover of the night for the Big Green. Here's Zimmerman, drive and kicked, wanted to get it to Tippett in the left corner. It was deflected out of bounds, but it'll stay with Columbia with 8 seconds on the shot clock, 8:23 on the play clock. You can hear the Dartmouth bench trying to get the 5 white jerseys on the floor to get it going.
Surloff will inbound. It's Zimmerman, top of the key with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Zimmerman stops, pops at the free throw line. It's off the side of the rim, no good. Quinones with the rebound, and here comes Fanny Sabo streaking up the right sideline in front of us. 35-26, the Columbia lead. 8:05 to go here in the third quarter. Annie McKenna with 2 points and 3 boards. Here's Letkowitz in the lane. Gets it to Quinones to the right corner. Finds Fanny for 3 from the right side. And it's good for Fanny Sabo. 15 points on the night. And that is Dartmouth's second 3-ball of the evening.
Fanny Sabo has put this team on her back.
35-29, the Columbia lead. Kick ball into the front court by Dartmouth. And Columbia stays with the possession here.
And Dartmouth is only a 6-point game, 2-possession game. They're not going to get all 6 points in one possession. Just string together some stops and put some scores together.
Zimmerman with the up fake goes in with the leaner, and it's no good. And Annie McKenna comes away with the rebound. McKenna to Quinones, top of the key. Chest pass to Letkowitz beyond the arc right side. Feeds it into Olivia Smith, who was fouled by Tippett on the reach-in. Stopping the clock with 7:25 to go third quarter.
It was a heads-up play. Tippett is a mismatch. Olivia Smith knew it, was calling for the ball, demanding the ball. If that foul wasn't called, she would have had a layup.
Dartmouth will inbound underneath their offensive hoop. That is the first foul on Tippett and first team foul on Columbia. Kate Letkowitz with the jumper on the baseline. It's no good. Ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Columbia. And it will be Dartmouth basketball.
Kate Letkowitz, it's a great shot for her. She's got to keep shooting. She cannot let this scoreless 2+ quarters get in her head. She's got to keep shooting the basketball when she's open.
McKenna, top of the key, swings it left side to Kate Letkowitz. Bounce pass to Olivia Smith on the baseline left side. Squares up on Tori Oliver. Olivia Smith with the reverse layup. No good. Ball tipped around, and it comes to Tippett. And Tippett quickly up ahead to Camille Zimmerman. Zimmerman lost the handle. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zimmerman went off of her foot. And a Columbia turnover with 6:57 to go in the third quarter. Under 7 minutes to go, third quarter, 35-29, the Columbia lead. Fanny Sabo beyond the arc left side, Surloff on her. Now Quinones springs free, deep 2, straight away is good.
There we go. Let's go. She was 0 for 8 before that shot, Brett.
Quinones with 4 points, that's her first field goal of the night. And it's a 35-31 Dartmouth deficit with 6:29 to go here in the third. Columbia with the 4-point lead of the basketball. Here's Tori Oliver. Zimmerman, wide open base jumper at the free throw line is no good. And Dartmouth with the board. Sabo catches in the right corner. We'll get it to Olivia Smith with 6:09 to go, third quarter. McKenna, left wing, gets it to a slicing Sabo. Fadeaway 2 in the lane is good for Fanny Sabo. She's got 17 points tonight.
And I think she's had 10 of them on that same exact cut, that pop and stop right at that elbow.
And Megan Griffith needs a timeout, and she is fired up on the sideline. And that'll lead us to a timeout here on the floor. 5:54 to go, third quarter. It's Columbia 35, Dartmouth 33. .54 to go, third quarter, and Dartmouth on a run here. They have the Columbia lead down to 2, 35-33. And the Lions have yet to score here in this second half, Jill.
And we were just talking about, it's a game of runs. So Dartmouth went on a run there, 7-0 run. Coach Griffith had to call timeout and expect Columbia to go on a run.
Well, in the short time here, it has gotten the lead faithful on their feet.
It's great to see, Brett. There's so many women's basketball alumni in the stands.
Here is Zimmerman. Columbia with the basketball up by 2. Tori Oliver takes Smith off the dribble, and the layup is good. And it's 37-33. Columbia. Letkowitz 3 ball is no good from the right side, but Fanny Sabo with the rebound, and Quinones with it in the left corner back to Fanny. Now it's Kate Letkowitz top of the key. 5.5 to go, third quarter, 37-33. The Columbia lead. Here's Letkowitz trying to back down Surloff underneath the hoop and then try to skip past it on the baseline. It was knocked out of bounds by Columbia. Stays with Dartmouth.
I love, like Kate Letkowitz is a tall guard, Brett, so she needs to take advantage of that. She could shoot right over Surloff or just go right up, draw a foul, get a layup.
Dartmouth will inbound underneath their offensive hoop. It's Quinones beyond the arc left side. Now it's McKenna with the right hand dribble to Quinones in the left corner, calling out traffic. 5 on the shot clock. It's Smith, back to Quinones with 3. Quinones, I don't think she realizes it, now goes up strong as the shot clock goes right off at 0. And then there's a steal in the front court, McKenna with it. McKenna dribbling around, and then it's stolen away as she tried to give it to Fanny Sabo in the right corner. Paulina Corner with the steal. Here's Giuliano for Columbia, faked the pass, then goes up with the layup.
It was tough, Brett, it was a 3-on-1.
And Columbia with a 39-33 lead, 4:45 to go, third quarter. Giuliano's got 4 points tonight and the lead back up to 6. Dartmouth had it to within 2. Smith, 1 dribble deep 2 is good at the free throw line for Olivia Smith. And that's her first field goal of the night.
I can use more of that. This is great. If Olivia Smith gets going, Ice has put the ball in the basket with Fanny going. That's what we talked about early on, having that 3-headed monster, right?
Dartmouth in man-to-man defense here as Columbia leading it 39-35. It's Giuliano with a right-hand dribble wearing number 1. She'll hand it off to Corner with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Corner gets the high screen from Oliver. Corner with the scoop shot with the left hand. Shot no good. Roper, rebound, put back is good.
Roper, just her presence is felt.
How many times has she done that tonight?
On that weak side.
And then McKenna lost the handle in the front court, and Dartmouth turns it over. And that'll lead us to a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here, though. 3:53 left to go in this third quarter. And just when Dartmouth gets ever so close, Jill, Columbia has their run, and they have right now a 6-0 run. So Columbia will inbound in front of far sideline in front of us left side. Dartmouth has Olivia Smith, Ice Quinones, Emily Slagle, and Fanny Sabo on the floor. It's Giuliano, Zimmerman, Corner, Roper, and here's Tori Oliver as she's driving to the baseline, and she's called for the offensive foul.
The ref saying it was a hook. She hooked Kate Lekowitz as she was driving.
So Oliver picks up her second personal foul. Camille Zimmerman has 2 fouls to remember, but she's been able to stay relatively quiet since picking up her quick second. Fanny Sabo going to bring up the basketball here, so...
Coach Bell mentioned we might see Fanny Sabo at that point guard position.
And here she is, catching beyond the arc left side. Then she tried to drive and kick, and kick it out to Slagle and threw it away out of bounds. And maybe that's a shot Fanny should have just taken herself.
All right, well, and that's where it hurts her playing the point guard position, because when you're point guard, you're looking pass first.
Fanny's bread and butter tonight has been off the curl and taking those jumpers on the elbow and in the lane. She's been hitting them all night tonight. Corner with a Euro step, layup attempt, no good. Roper with the rebound to Zimmerman, back to Roper, baseline 2 is good. Roper with 10 points tonight.
She only averages 4.
And she continues to torch Dartmouth here. She had 17 last time out.
Yes, she did.
Against the Big Green.
8 for 14, had 7 rebounds in that game.
Fanny for 2 in the right wing, and it's good. 19 points for Sabo.
This is the old Fanny Sabo right here.
2:45 to go, third quarter. 43-37, Columbia with the lead. Here's Giuliano, bounce pass to Zimmerman on the left elbow. She squares up on Quinones. Looking inside, doesn't get it. Now we'll give it up to Oliver. Oliver, 1 dribble in on the left wing. 2 ball, no good. Rebound for Olivia Smith.
And that's good defense. You want Oliver shooting those jumpers. You don't want her putting her head down or catching on the block.
Oliver's got 7, but it's been a quiet 7 here tonight. Quinones in the right corner, goes into Smith on the right block. Turnaround 2, doesn't get the shooter's roll. Zimmerman with the board.
That's a high percentage shot. Olivia Smith can knock that down.
That rebound for Zimmerman gives her a double-double. Here's a 3-ball by Zimmerman on the left side. It's no good. Quick outlet pass to Quinones, running the floor for the big man for Dartmouth. Layup, good. And how about Quinones running the floor and getting the layup?
That's one of her biggest strengths, Brett. With that stride, it took her, like 5 steps to run the length of the floor.
Quinones got 6. Here's Oliver. Tough shot in the lane. No good over 2 defenders. And here comes Dartmouth. Quickly up ahead, Sabo tried to force it up to Emily Slagle, and she threw it out of bounds on the baseline.
And this is what we're talking about, is they just need to slow the game down. Half-court execution has been their bread and butter this game. No need to rush it and have unforced turnovers.
Columbia with the basketball here, and they have a 43-39 lead. But this has been an ugly second half for Columbia, as here is Paige Tippett trying to work on Slagle. Bad entry pass to Zimmerman, but it deflects right back to Tippett. 12 on the shot clock. Here's Sampleton to Zimmerman, top of the key with 5. Zimmerman hands off to Sampleton. Sampleton fakes the dish off and then throws up a wild layup attempt, and it goes out of bounds, and it will be Dartmouth basketball. Maya Sampleton, the 5'9" freshman out of Austin, Texas, making her first appearance tonight.
You're going to see they're picking up Fanny when she's playing the point full court. They know that she has been playing point up until this game.
1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Here's Fanny Sabo with the right-hand dribble. Sampleton on her. Columbia's been in man-to-man defense all night tonight. Quinones looking into Olivia Smith from the left corner. Not going to get it. Now Quinones will put it on the floor. Stops in the lane. 2 ball is no good. And the rebound for Giuliano and the Lions. And they quickly get it over the timeline. 35 seconds to go, third quarter. Columbia 43, Dartmouth 39. Paige Tippett calling out traffic here. She'll be the one. Entry pass to Zimmerman on the right elbow, and they're going to call Quinones for the reach-in.
That's only her first.
With 27 seconds to go in the third quarter, and that will reset the shot clock, and it'll actually turn off the shot clock. So Columbia, in theory, could have the last shot here in the third quarter, leading 43-39. Inbounding it underneath her offensive hoop is Tippett. Long outlet pass to Zimmerman, and she'll call out the play here with 23 seconds to go. Zimmerman has a double-double tonight, 14 points, 10 boards. Zimmerman picks up her dribble in the left wing. Up and under, late shot is good for Camille Zimmerman. She's got 16 points, and it's a 45-39 Columbia lead. 7 seconds to go, third quarter. Fanny with 5. Fanny will drive to the lane. Fanny with 2. Layup attempt is good at the buzzer. And that should hopefully give some momentum for the Big Green. Fanny Sabo now with 21 points. And we go to the fourth and final stanza. Dartmouth trailing Columbia 45-41.
They say you play basketball, you play football, you play tennis, but you can't play boxing. You have to fight. I remember the night where it went completely downhill. It was a massive tumor that had wrapped itself around my spine. Dr. Hartle, who was my surgeon, he aced it. They resurrected me. On August 9th, 2014, I became the WBA middleweight champion of the world.
As Columbia leads Dartmouth 45-41. Both teams 0-2 in Ivy League play, and both looking to get their first conference win here tonight in a good quarter offensively, Jill, for the Big Green in that third.
Well, they shot 54%, 7-13. That was something we talked about at halftime. Just their shot selection. They need some offensive production from someone else. Quinones has been able to put the ball in the basket, which has helped. If Kate Lekowitz can get going in this final quarter, Dartmouth can run away with this.
Dartmouth will start with the basketball here in this fourth quarter, down by 4. It'll be Sabo, Quinones, Smith, Letkowitz, and Slagle. Corner, Roper, Zimmerman, Giuliano, and Tori Oliver on the floor here for Columbia. Here's Smith on the right block, squares up on Roper, puts it on the floor in the lane. Up fake, kick back out to Letkowitz. Letkowitz will jack up a contested 3. Shot no good, and Oliver with the rebound.
I would say that was a bad shot for anyone else other than Kate Lekowitz. That's her range.
Tori Oliver driving in the lane, picks up her dribble, and will kick back out to corner near the mid-circle to reset. Columbia trying to snap an 11-game conference losing streak. Here's Zimmerman driving from the lane, and she missed the layup. It was a wide-open look, and she shorted it.
It's almost as if she needs someone hanging on her on defense to make it.
That's a big break for the Big Green as they have the basketball down by 4. It was an easy layup for Columbia, and they couldn't get it. Here's Letkowitz. Swings it in the left corner to Quinones, driving baseline, and she is fouled on the layup attempt. And Quinones to the line for 2.
I like that mindset. Just go make a play. Tolliver has 3. Now is this her 3rd foul, right? She had 2 fouls. Go at her. Get to the free throw line.
3rd foul on Oliver, like you said, Jill. First team foul. Dartmouth has a better field goal percentage right now than Columbia, Jill, and Columbia's still with the lead. And how about Dartmouth's free throw shooting tonight? Now 3 of 8.
Very uncharacteristic.
Dartmouth coming into this game shooting 73% from the line, second best in the league, and Quinones misses both, but Letkowitz with the offensive board. And here's Dartmouth with a fresh shot clock. Quinones fakes the up fake in the right wing, goes strong to the rim, turnaround, layup good for Ice Quinones. And it's now a 2-point Columbia lead, 8:45 to go, fourth quarter. Here's Camille Zimmerman beyond the arc left side, Quinones on her. Dartmouth in man-to-man defense, it's corner. Gets a high screen from Roper, corner, hesitation move. Now we'll go strong to the rim, layup good for Paulina Corner.
They always have an answer. We need to string together some stops.
The sophomore out of Germany. And it's back to her 4-point Columbia lead, 8:20 to go, fourth quarter.
Go right back into ice.
Here is Quinones, top of the circle, puts it on the floor, picked up a dribble. Now it's Fanny with the right hand dribble, 12 on the shot clock. Fanny with no look there in the left wing. Now it's Smith touching on the left block. Turnaround 2, it's short. Rebound for Camille Zimmerman. That's her 11th board of the night, and Zimmerman will bring it over the timeline. Zimmerman to corner for a corner 3. It's no good. Long offensive board comes to Columbia.
Oh, Emily Slagle had her hands right on that.
And a fresh shot clock for Columbia, up by 4, 7:45 to go, fourth quarter. Corner trying to drive, had the ball stolen away, then it's a tie-up. Possession arrow stays with Columbia.
Ooh, that might have been a foul, Brett. But you love that. I love that Ice does it on both ends of the floor. She's commanding the ball, she's making plays offensively, and she's got her hands on in the defensive end.
I think that's what Belko Klonis was saying on the sideline too, that she thought she got held after ripping the ball out of her hand, and now the officials are going to come and talk about it here. With the clock stopped at 7:43 to go, fourth quarter. It is Columbia 47 and Dartmouth 43. And they're going to stay with the call, so jump ball. The arrow will flip back to Dartmouth, but Columbia with the possession here. Up by 4, corner's got to get it in. She inbounds it in front of her own bench. It's to Zimmerman. Zimmerman picks up her dribble, top of the key. It's corner beyond the arc left side. Corner tried to get it back to Zimmerman, and then she threw it, almost went off of a Columbia player, but it was last touched by Quinones, near sideline left side, and it will stay with Columbia with 7:35 to go in the fourth, 22 on the shot clock.
It seems as if Quinones has picked up the defensive intensity. Seems she's not giving Zimmerman any room to breathe.
Here's Zimmerman. Swings it in the right corner to Giuliano. Giuliano driving, kick, Zimmerman, straight away 3, got it!
And that's why she's one of the best players in the league right now, Brett.
19 points, she averages 20 a game.
But she's not going to be the one that's going to beat Dartmouth.
Fanny almost lost the dribble as the German and the Hungarian going at it there on the floor, and Dartmouth stays with the possession. 7:05 to go, fourth quarter. Here's Smith, catching from the left of the circle. She'll drive to the free throw line. Jumper for 2, no good. And the rebound for Columbia.
Smith has been short on her last 3 attempts. I don't know if that's fatigue. She's got to use her legs a little bit more.
Oliver catching at the free throw line. They rotate it to a corner 3 for Giuliano. It's too strong. Roper fighting with Letkowitz. Are they going to call Letkowitz for an offense, for a rebounding foul with 6:45 to go in the fourth?
It's a tough call. You see him battling. Kate Letkowitz has positioning, and that was straight up. Sometimes they give the benefit. I don't know.
That's Letkowitz, second personal, team's first here in this fourth quarter. So Fanny going to sit here with 6:45 to go in the fourth, down by 7.
It's good. She's going to get a little breather so she can be in at the end of the game. She's going to be their go-to scorer.
Here's Zimmerman going with a strong take. Counted in, 1 for Camille Zimmerman. She has been a one-man wrecking crew here tonight, and she'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
She's really hard to guard. She embraced the contact and won. A lot of players in this league shy away from that. And you saw she leaned her entire body right into ice and able to get the and one.
Camille Zimmerman out of Tempe, Arizona hits the free throw. And she has 22 points, 11 boards, and Columbia has a 10-point lead with 6.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Quinones with a strong take to the rim, layup good for Quinones.
Keep going with what's working, Brett.
Ice has 10, so she's the second Dartmouth player in double-digit scoring, and it's a 53-45 Columbia lead, 6:10 to go, fourth quarter. Paulina corner, bounce pass in the left wing to the left corner to Giuliano. Giuliano dribbling around at the free throw line. Now it's Abby Lee, top of the key, 7 on the shot clock. Here is Giuliano at the right elbow, forces up a shot, no good, and the shot clock went off.
Well, and there was Roper. Roper was there again. Good thing it went off.
She was wide open on the O board there, and just, as you mentioned, Jill, the clock bailed him out. 5:45 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Columbia 53, Dartmouth 45. Here's Smith with the 2 ball, good, 18 feet away.
They're going right to their post play, Brett. You see it's a post-to-post screen. either Ice or Olivia's going high, one's going low, and they're just making plays.
4th point of the night for Smith, along with 6 boards. 53-47, the Columbia lead. Here's Camille Zimmerman, excuse me. She'll find a 3-ball attempt in the right corner. Shot no good. Roper's there for the long board, and a fresh shot clock for Columbia. It was Lee on the 3-ball attempt.
This is where you got to dig deep. Roper cannot have any more offensive boards.
Now we got a foul on Dartmouth in the front court with 5:13 to go here in the 4th quarter. Smith picks up her third, team's third, with 5:13 to go here in the 4th. Zimmerman with 22 points on the night, leading all scorers. Fanny Sabo with 21. Zimmerman got the inbounds pass and then tried to save the ball from going out of bounds and just threw it up there, and Letkowitz comes away with it right underneath the hoop. So another Columbia turnover, their 7th of the night.
It's a big possession. It's a 2-possession game. Let's get a high percentage shot.
Smith springs free. She'll take the deep 2 straight away, and it's good for Olivia Smith. She has 2 straight field goals, 6 points on the night, and it's a 53-49 Columbia lead. 4:43 to go, 4th quarter.
And Brett, remind yourself that this is without Fanny on the floor.
Corner trying to make the pass to Zimmerman right in front of us left side. Ball was deflected out of bounds. Last touched by the Lions. Or last touch by Dartmouth. It'll stay Columbia basketball when we come back. Timeout on the floor. 4:38 to go, 4th quarter. Columbia 53, Dartmouth 49.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike Kowalski.
I'm Kyle Matrician.
And this is Megan Rojas.
And in case you're not one of our millions of listeners, we're the hosts of a weekly podcast called The Roarcast.
Each week, we catch up with Columbia student athletes and coaches and give you the latest info on all of our varsity programs.
New episodes are posted on Mondays. You can subscribe today by searching for Columbia Athletics on Apple Music, Spotify, Stitcher, and SoundCloud.
You can also find us on GoColumbiaLions.com/podcasts.
Roar.
Lion.
Roar.
A final media timeout here in the 4th quarter. Columbia clinging to a 53-49 lead as both teams 0-2 in Ivy League play and trying. One team here tonight will be the only team winless in conference play as Yale defeated Brown earlier tonight.
And this is where, in those huddles right there, you have Coach Bell and Meg. This is it, 4 minutes, 38 seconds. This is, I mean, both of them think it's a must-win game.
Columbia will inbound near sideline. Surloff with 4.5 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Driving baseline left side, kick out to Zimmerman with 10 on the shot clock. Here's Corner. Corner dribbling with the right hand in the right wing. Corner with 5. It's Oliver driving to the lane. Layup. It gets stuck in the side of the rim with 1 second on the shot clock, and it's a jump ball. And the possession arrow will stay with Dartmouth. Will go to Dartmouth, excuse me.
Surloff's going to the bench. Giuliano's back in. I don't know where she is. She is 3rd in program history in threes made. So make sure we know where she is on the defensive end.
53-49, the Columbia lead. 4:09 to go, 4th quarter. Letkowitz to Olivia Smith, top of the key. And then Smith trying to get it back to Letkowitz, and they turn it over. 11th turnover of the night for the Big Green, and Columbia with a basketball in a 4-point lead, 53-49. 3:55 to go, 4th quarter. Smith catches on the left block. Kick out, 3-ball is halfway down and no good there by Giuliano. And then Lippold trying to save it from going out of bounds, and she stepped on the baseline. And Dartmouth gives it right back to Columbia underneath their offensive hoop.
Just can't seem to catch a break.
They inbound it to Zimmerman. Tough 2 is no good. And the rebound control by Quinones.
It's a great board. Coach Bell's calling out the play. Slow it down. Half-court execution is key.
Here's Sabo catching, driving, tough two in the right wings, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched. Wow, I thought Olivia Smith touched it last, but they're going to say off Columbia. Dartmouth ball with 3:25 to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, you saw that they ran that play for Fanny Szabo to get a look, 1 or 2 dribble pull up. The way she's shooting, that's a great look.
Cy Lippold into the game. She feeds it to Fanny on the free throw line. Tough two, no good. Ball knocked around. Quinones comes away with it. Powers up on the right block. Layup good for Ice Quinones. She's got 12. And it's now a one-possession game, 53-51. Columbia with the basketball in the lead. Quinones has got 12 points tonight. Leede Arena calling for defense. Here's Zimmerman beyond the arc right side. Now it's Roper. Left of the circle, hands it off to Corner. Paulina Corner out of Germany. Going to take Lippold off the dribble. Corner, tough runner in the lane. Shot no good. Roper is there. Putback is good. She has done that all night tonight. And Roper's got 12 in the lead, back to 4 for Columbia.
Roper's presence on the floor, that it might almost be more important than Camille Zimmerman. I mean, she keeps plays alive.
Quinones driving to the lane, and she is fouled on the floor, stopping the clock with 2:32 to go in the fourth.
Devin Roper, I mean, only averaging 4 points. She's got Dartmouth's number. She had 17 points last game. We need to box her out.
So Dartmouth will inbound underneath their offensive hoop. So Oliver picks up the fourth foul. Second team foul on Columbia.
Let's go right at Oliver. Give it to Quinones. Have Quinones put the ball on the floor, take it to her, get her fouled out.
Fanny inbounds it to Letkowitz. Baseline two is good for Kate Letkowitz.
Is that her first basket of the night?
After a cold night tonight, that's a big one. Brings it back to a one-possession game. 2:19 to go, fourth quarter, 55-53. Columbia with the lead in the basketball. Paulina Corner from the right corner, driving baseline, skip pass to Zimmerman, deflected out of bounds on the baseline. Last touch by Dartmouth.
So close. Great effort by the Big Green.
Paulina Corner will inbound underneath Columbia's offensive hoop. 12 seconds on the shot clock, 2:10 on the play clock. Here's Zimmerman driving on Quinones, left side, and a blocking foul on Dartmouth, and Zimmerman will go to the line for 2.
That was great intentions by Cy Lippold. I think she was just a second late, kind of leaned her body into Zimmerman's. But you love at her size, even being in that position, to take that charge.
Free throw is good for Zimmerman. She's got 23 points tonight. To make it a two-possession game, second free throw is good.
Expect the ball to be in her hands a lot in these last 2 minutes.
57-53.
This is going to be a play for Fanny.
Columbia with the lead, Dartmouth with the basketball. Here is Sabo beyond the arc right side. Gives it up to Quinones, driving from the right wing. Tough layup, good for Quinones. Back to a one-possession game, 57-55. Columbia with the basketball. A minute 45 to go.
Fanny wasn't open, passes to Ice. Ice is going at Tolliver with that fourth foul.
Minute 35 to go. Here's Oliver on the right elbow. Letkowitz guarding her. Back to Giuliano with 10 on the shot clock. Columbia nursing a 2-point lead. They have the basketball. Giuliano to Corner with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Corner gets a high screen, hesitates, gives it up to Zimmerman. Corner three at the buzzer. It's no good. Shot clock violation. Turnover, Columbia.
Great possession. This has got the fans on their feet. Minute 17. This is a big possession right here. We've got to execute.
Minute 17 left to go, fourth quarter. Columbia 57, Dartmouth 55. Columbia had as much as a 10-point lead in this game, and Dartmouth has had to come from behind all night tonight. Here's Sabo. 2 will tie it, 3 will take the lead. Sabo to Quinones on the baseline left side. Powers up, way up, good! With a minute to go in the fourth quarter. 58 seconds to go, 57-57. Columbia with the basketball. Zimmerman to Giuliano, and we got a foul at the free throw line as Oliver hit the floor hard, and that is now going to put Dartmouth with their 5th team foul, and Columbia will go to the line for the 1-1.
And Oliver, she's shooting 77% on the year.
Excuse me, shooting 2.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Living in the old days. So the foul on Quinones, her 3rd. That could be big, especially if this game goes to extras. So here's Tori Oliver. 2 big free throws coming here, tied up at 57, 49 seconds to go in the 4th. First free throw, no good. Oliver's a 76% free throw shooter. 7 points, 5 boards, 3 assists for tonight for Oliver. Yeah, both these teams good free throw shooters, and
it's not tonight.
Not tonight. Missed them both. But Zimmerman fighting for Sabo with the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds near sideline. And they're going to say it's Dartmouth basketball, but they're going to have to review it. And it looks like they will here, an official review. The ball went off the left side of the rim. It was coming near sideline left side. Sabo and Zimmerman were battling for it, and it went out of bounds.
And they're looking, the refs are going to talk to see if they want to review it. Coach Griffith wants them to review that play.
I think Zimmerman immediately looked at the official and said, yeah, you should look at it.
Well, and here's under review. And under the last minute, they're allowed to look at things like this.
46 seconds to go, 4th quarter, 57-57 our score. And this could be big because if it is ruled Columbia basketball, they'll have a possession.
Oh, I think it went off of Zimmerman's leg. You see, it touches Fanny's hand. Fanny hits it down. Oh, maybe not. I thought at first glance it looked like it went off of Zimmerman's knee.
For our fans watching on the Ivy League Digital Network, you're seeing the exact replay that the officials are seeing. And of course, those of you listening on radio, we apologize, but it is a close play, trust us. But again, it was a loose ball scramble near sideline, and it looks like they've got what they want to see here, and now both coaches are going to be called over here. I haven't really understood the whole bringing the coaches over part. You know, hey, like make the call and let's move on, right?
Well, they want to explain it so to prevent coaches from overreacting. Yeah.
So the officials explaining with Meg Griffith and Belle Koklanis, and I think it's going to stay Dartmouth basketball, and it will. I don't know if they adjusted the clock either, Jill, but 46.7 seconds on the game clock, 4th quarter, tied up at 57.
Who's the ball going to go to? Is it your senior Fanny Zabo or
15.
Ice Quinones? The 2 of them in a ball screen and have them make a play.
Cy Lipple brings it over the timeline. Here's Fanny Sabo with 40 seconds to go, tied up at 57. Sabo, backdoor pass to Quinones, layup, no good. Rebound is loose underneath. Ball, you've got a foul underneath, and it's going to be on Columbia with 32 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
All right, we'll take it. We will take it. Great execution, though. Fanny had a great pass for Ice. Ice's positioning right on the block was in and out.
I think Dartmouth will use a timeout here with 32 seconds to go here in the 4th. Tied up at 57. As both of these teams hungry for their first Ivy League win of the season. And Dartmouth will have the basketball underneath their offensive hoop with 32 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter.
And
in front of a lot of Dartmouth greats that are sitting across from us up in the right-hand stands.
They sure are. I was just going to ask you, Brett, if you're Coach Bell, are you going to save for the last shot? Are you going to, overtime?
2-second differential between the shot clock and play clock.
Right, so do you try and milk the clock and leave the least amount of time possible for Columbia?
I do, because
are you going for a quick shot and then depend on your defense?
Hold it to the last moment, and then I think Dartmouth has the advantage going into overtime
Absolutely.
As well.
The home team always does. And with this crowd, I agree. But does Columbia have any timeouts left?
I believe they have 1 timeout left.
So now with the new rules, right? So let's say they don't shoot until 30 seconds and they miss, call timeout. Now they have 2 seconds at midcourt to run a play.
This year, right?
So that's a lot of time. When you get at the half court, they no longer have to go the length of the floor.
So Dartmouth drawing it up in their huddle, Columbia will break their huddle with Zimmerman, Tippett, Roper, Giuliano, and Paulina Corner.
And here we go. We have Sila Polt in the game again. Third game in a row that she's been in, late game.
Lippold, Smith, Sabo, Quinones, and Letkowitz on the floor for the Big Green. 32 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Dartmouth and Columbia tied at 57. Dartmouth inbounds underneath their offensive hoop. Into Quinones it goes. 29 seconds and counting. 2-second differential with the play clock and shot clock. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Lippold going to hold. Far sideline in front of us, left side. Giuliano guarding her. Number 1 versus number 1. 13 seconds left to go. 10 on the shot clock. Lippold will go to the basket with a right-hand dribble. Bounce pass to Sabo. Threw it off of her foot. Ball goes out of bounds. And Dartmouth turns it over with 6.5 seconds to go.
Well, and this is the gift and the curse of Cy not having many minutes. You know, this is only, I think, the 7th game that she's been in. Kind of made a little bit of a sloppy pass there that Fanny couldn't control, but they just have to play 6.6 seconds of defense and win this thing in overtime.
And now you've got to shift your attention here to getting a stop here. Now it'll be interesting how Dartmouth will set it up defensively here, Jill. And if you're Columbia, I think you know who you're looking for here, right?
Absolutely. So if you're Dartmouth, prevent that. Don't even let Camille get the ball in her hands. Make somebody else beat you.
Rebound to Roper.
Yes,
You know is going to be hanging around there
that is
underneath.
a very good point.
I would say out of Roper's 12 points, 8 of them have been off second chance opportunities.
Stickbacks. Just being there, right, doing her work early, getting position, getting the stick back. So that is a huge point. Rebounding.
6.6 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Tied up at 57. Columbia will have the basketball and a chance to win it with a basket. And they're going to inbound right in front of their own bench. Like you said, that new rule change, Jill, changes the whole situation here. The lead crowd calling for defense.
And we'll see if they're going to switch screens or if Quinones is going to stay on Zimmerman.
Tippett will inbound. Gets it to Zimmerman with 5 seconds. Zimmerman with 4. Zimmerman with 2. Dumps it off and an offensive foul. And Zimmerman looks like she's hurt underneath, but she tried to drive and kick, and it's an offensive foul on Camille Zimmerman.
Right. So Dartmouth, if they have a timeout, do they get the ball at half?
And Dartmouth will use a timeout with 1.8 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Little surprise, Zimmerman tried to dish it. At least try and take it and get to the line.
Well, and that was a good job by Dartmouth by collapsing on Zimmerman. There was about 3 people on her so that she couldn't really even get a shot off.
1.8 seconds to go. 57-57. Dartmouth will have a chance to win the game here.
Do you think it's going to be, Brett, that snap play, that back screen that we saw Lincoln Rowland get on SportsCenter?
The old NJIT play,
yes,
as they say.
Yes, that we saw Andy Norman get just the other day.
I think Ice Quinones was someone you look at it for there.
Absolutely, especially, is Oliver out on the floor? No. So she might have a little bit of height advantage depending if Zimmerman's guarding.
Tori Oliver has 4 fouls tonight, so she's sitting here. And we got an official review just to see what the clock situation looks like, or are they trying to see?
So the whistle, he blew the whistle. It almost seems it might be at 2, like 2 seconds. If you watch what the ref does, you can't obviously hear the whistle, but when he makes the motion that it was an offensive foul, seems around the 2-second mark.
All right. Dartmouth on the floor. It'll be Lippold, Sabo, Smith, Quinones, and Letkowitz. Official still talking near the official monitor here to.
Well, and it almost looks in this still frame, the ref's hand is up. So when the ref blows his whistle, his hand goes up, and it's showing 2.2.
So they add about 0.4 seconds, so 2.2. So here we go. Quinones is actually going to be the trigger man in front of the Dartmouth bench. Far sideline, left side in front of us. Zimmerman will be the defender. Quinones goes into Smith on the block, puts it up at the buzzer, no good, and we go for overtime.
I like it. It's a great look. That is a high percentage shot for Olivia Smith right there. I really like that they used decoys. They had a direct pass right to her. And now we got to get it done in overtime. We were joking with Coach Bell that she loves playing Columbia in close games, overtime, because she's a New Yorker. Here we go.
Both teams have played overtime games this season. Both teams 1-0. Dartmouth's only overtime game was a 69-61 win over Albany back on December 29th. Columbia won in overtime against Providence 66-64 back on December 7th.
Do we have an update on the Cornell Harvard score?
We will check on that. At last check, Cornell was giving Harvard all they could handle. 56-55 Harvard with 2 minutes left to go down in Cambridge.
You gotta love the Ivy League, Brett. More times than not, the games are gonna be like this. That Yale beating Brown very handedly, that's kind of an outlier.
Got both teams 0-2 in Ivy League play, and both coaches sort of alluding to that both teams need this one here tonight, and especially for Dartmouth having a good Cornell team coming in tomorrow and Columbia having to go down and play Harvard.
And this is something that I've talked to you about, Brett, is just the whole back-to-back, right? So now you have players playing additional minutes, right? And now Columbia's getting on the road even later. And so just the advantage of playing a team that second day, depending on the situations. Whereas, Yale, who handily beat Brown, they're going to have fresh legs tomorrow versus this overtime game where it's going to be blood, sweat, and tears for 5 more minutes. They're going to give it everything they have and then try and muster up, get recovered by tomorrow.
A couple of notables here. Tori Oliver with 4 personal fouls for Columbia. So Dartmouth foul trouble. Olivia Smith with 3 and Quinones with 3. Other than that, Dartmouth has stayed relatively out of foul trouble. So we'll jump in here for an extra 5 minutes of basketball. Oliver and Smith will jump in here. Tied up at 57. And the tip is knocked to the backcourt, and Zimmerman comes away with it. Out hustling Sabo and Quinones for it. And Columbia will have the first possession of overtime. Here's Zimmerman, 21 points, 24 points, 12 boards tonight. Corner, off the curl, gives it up to Zimmerman. Zimmerman driving kick to Oliver in the right wing. Back to Corner for a 3-ball on the right side, and it's good for Paulina Corner.
That first possession of overtime is huge. I feel like the momentum just shifts so quickly.
6th 3-pointer of the night for the Lions, and they have a 60-57 lead, 4:20 to go here in overtime. Here's Lippo beyond the arc right side, goes into Lekowitz on the right block, shorts it on the layup, a temp ball knocked around on the baseline, saved by Oliver, and here come the Lions. Here is Paulina Corner, driving kick, tip it to Surloff, wide open for a 3, got it! Back-to-back threes for the Lions, their 7th of the night, and they have a 63-57 lead with 3:50 to go in the 4th.
You wonder how she got that wide open.
Surloff has 6 points tonight, all coming from the tray. And there's Letkowitz from NBA 3 range in front of her own bench on the left side, and it's good. 63-60.
And that's Kate Lekowitz's range. I mean, that's like a free throw for her.
Columbia with the 3-point lead of the basketball. Zimmerman crosses up Quinones, pulls up for 2 in the lane. It's no good, and the rebound for Cy Lippold. Dartmouth can tie it with a 3. Lippold dribbling around, back to Letkowitz, and now it's Smith top of the key. 3:12 to go here in overtime. 63-60. Columbia with the lead, Dartmouth with the basketball. Sabo wanted the screen, doesn't use it, 10 on the shot clock. Smith top of the key, looking with the ball high over her head. Skip pass in the left corner. Lippold for 3, it's no good. Quinones and Zimmerman battling underneath, and the ball comes right to Letkowitz. Layup is good.
Let's go, let's get a stop right here. Be composed, don't foul.
63-62, the Columbia lead, 2:43 to go here in overtime. Lions with the basketball, moving right to left. Here's Paulina Corner, the native German. She'll put it on the floor, driving to the lane, and had the ball poked away from behind, and they're going to call a reach-in foul on Lippold with 2:34 to go in the overtime. And the fouls will stay the same, so shooting the rest of the way, here's Columbia.
And you see rope. Yeah, I think Cy might have had some contact on that, on corner.
Here's Paulina Corner, 7 points tonight, 4 boards. Free throw attempt, no good.
And she's 91% from the free throw line, so our free throw woes for both teams continue, which in an overtime game has to make these coaches a little crazed.
These are the 2 best free throw shooting teams in the league, and 1 of 2 there for Paulina Corner. Ups the Columbia lead to 64-62, 2.5 to go in the fourth. Quinones, step back 2 in the lane. No good, rebound for Giuliano. Alexa Giuliano out of New Jersey will get it over the timeline, hands it off to Paulina Corner, who will call out the play. Dartmouth a man-to-man defense. 64-62, Paulina Corner almost threw it away. Sabo read the pass all the way and almost had a steal and a layup, but the ball goes out of bounds in front of us.
That was
Saves
almost
Columbia.
a pick 6. She was going to go down.
Yeah, would have had saw daylight at the end of the tunnel there. But it'll stay Columbia basketball. 2:10 to go here in overtime, 17 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Paulina Corner between the leg dribble, Lippold all over her. Bounce pass to Zimmerman on the right elbow. Up fake, now she'll drive strong to the rim. Layup attempt is no good, but Zimmerman to the line for 2.
Zimmerman's just so dangerous from that area. Nice fundamental shot fake. Again, embraces the contact, almost had the and 1.
Zimmerman's 3 of 3 from the charity stripe tonight. Sinks the free throw. She now has 25 points and 12 boards. And she'll have 1 more to try and make it a 2-point or a 2-possession game, and she sinks both with ease. 66-62, 2 minutes to go here in overtime. Cy Lippold with a hesitation move, and she'll dribble back out and get it to Letkowitz straight away. Letkowitz driving with the right hand. Tough shot with the right hand is no good. Loose ball comes to Zimmerman in the backcourt, and Zimmerman wants to run. Camille Zimmerman with the right hand dribble, and she'll slow it up and get it to Giuliano. Chest pass to Corner, who'll dribble out near the mid-circle to reset. 66-62. Columbia could possibly ice it here with a bucket. Here's Zimmerman. She's got 26 points tonight. Finds Surloff. She'll spot up for 3. It's no good. And Smith tips it over to Fanny Sabo.
They got to execute. They've been calling this play, I think it's called pop, and it's going to be Ice and Fanny in a ball screen action.
Fanny comes off the screen, catches on the right side, and she is fouled with 1:13 to go, and Dartmouth will have free throws here.
Your coach, Griffith, you're not pleased. That's a silly foul. That's what you don't want to do when you have a 4-point lead in overtime, is foul and let Dartmouth score with the clock stopped.
Paulina Corner picks up her 3rd personal foul, both teams with 5 team fouls, so free throws the rest of the way. Fanny Sabo sinks the first one. She's got 22 points tonight. Dartmouth now 4 of 10 from the charity stripe. 1 more to make it a 2-point deficit, and she hits it. 1:13 to go here in overtime. 66-64, Columbia with the lead in the basketball.
Let's go. This is the biggest stop of the game, Brett.
Giuliano. They want to go to Zimmerman. She shut off. Now they swing it to Roper on the baseline. Back out to Giuliano. Surloff with 57 seconds to go in overtime. Columbia up by 2. Surloff almost throws it away, but saved by Corner. Corner had the ball knocked away from behind, out of bounds. Last touch by Columbia.
Love that hustle by Cy Lippold. She was all over that play.
50 seconds to go in overtime, and Dartmouth can tie with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. 49 seconds to go. About a 20-second differential with the play clock and shot clock. Sabo off the curl. Surloff on her. Fanny going strong to the rim. Layup good with the right hand with 38 seconds to go. Tied up at 66.
Still a lot of time left.
And Columbia will get it over the mid-stripe and call timeout. 33.9 seconds to go in overtime. Dartmouth and Columbia knotted up at 66. Fanny Sabo with her 24th point of the night in the big green. At several points tonight, looked like they were dead in the water, but they come back here and have tied it at 66.
You have to give them tons of credit when Columbia started that overtime with back-to-back threes. I mean, that could have just put the nail in the coffin, but they fought back. And credit to them for keeping their fight, especially Silepold, who's kind of been the unsung hero in these last few minutes of getting tips, making plays happen, and just right down there getting the possession to go the Big Green's way. I mean, right here, the last 33.9 seconds, what play they drawn up?
Well, for Columbia, I think just try to get to the foul line here, give it to your best player, and try to get to the rim if you can. And if you don't, then you either get a foul call or you go back and play deep. I just think Zimmerman right now is just at a point. Her and Sabo are on a whole different level right now, and I just think you keep feeding it to the people who got you to the promised land, right?
You're right. And, or, you know, if everyone in the gym thinks it's going to them, use them as a decoy and set up that next person in line.
And again, got to watch the boards if you're Dartmouth here. That has been,
knock on wood,
that has been the big thing tonight. However, the rebounds right now, Jill, 38 apiece.
Oh, that's great. That is great with Dartmouth with 10 O-boards. And the fact that, you know, Zimmerman has 26 points, but it's off of 26 attempts, right? So you have to give Quinones and her supports, you know, her teammates a lot of credit.
33.9 seconds to go here in overtime. Columbia will have the basketball, tied up at 66. Surloff will inbound in front of the Columbia bench. Paulina Corner will come and get it. Corner has 8 points tonight. 29 seconds and counting. 20 seconds on the shot clock, about a 7-second differential. Meg Griffith telling Corner to wait, be patient. Here's Zimmerman off the curl, catches on the left elbow. Quinones squares up on her. Now she's going to take it to the rim. Zimmerman layup attempt, no good. Roper is there, and it's just stolen away by Fanny Sabo with 10 seconds to go. Sabo over the mid-stripe with 8 seconds, and Belko Klonis will call a timeout. And Dartmouth will have a chance to win it here with 8.2 seconds to go in overtime. Tied up at 66.
That's, I mean, I think everyone in the gym knew that Zimmerman was going to get it on that high post, but
great defensive play from Fanny Sabo because Roper was ready to put that thing back.
Right, exactly where she's been camping out all night on that weak side.
That is the 7th steal of the night for the Big Green, and 8.2 seconds to go in overtime and tied up at 66. I was a little curious if Coach Bell was just going to let the play sequence happen there when Fanny got it over the mid-stripe. It's interesting, Coach, you know, some people will say let's let the play happen instead of calling timeout.
Right, because then now you're allowing Columbia to set up their defense, whereas sometimes if you go, they aren't set.
I will say, though, Dartmouth has been very good coming out of drawn up sets out of timeouts, so let's see what happens here. 8.2 seconds to go here in overtime, tied up at 66. Cy Lippo will inbound far sideline, left side in front of us. Fanny Sabo comes to get it at the mid-stripe. Sabo with Corner on her with 5. Sabo gets a high screen. Fanny driving, puts up a wild shot, no good. Rebound for Columbia with 0.5 seconds to go, and we will go to double overtime. Once again, we'll tip it off from the midcourt. Double overtime here in Hanover. Knotted up at 66. It'll be Oliver and Smith once again to tip it. Tip is won and controlled by Dartmouth. Big Green will have it moving left to right. Cy Lippold has played a ton of minutes here in these last 3 quarters now, both of the double overtimes in the 4th quarter. Here is Lippold, gets the handoff from Olivia Smith. Now it's Kate Letkowitz. They got a mismatch and go into Smith on the right block. Turnaround 2, airmailed it, and the rebound by Corner. Again, you're okay with that shot from Olivia Smith. That's her bread and butter. Just couldn't connect it on that. Could have been the fatigue there.
Sure is.
Here's Camille Zimmerman to Giuliano. 15 on the shot clock. 4:20 to go, 2nd quarter. Zimmerman straightaway 2 is good. She's got 28 points tonight, Camille Zimmerman.
It seems as if, Brett, she makes more shots when she's contested than uncontested. Ice's hand was right in her face.
She has made a lot of difficult shots here. Quinones, a contested 2 at the free throw line, is good. And we're tied back up at 68.
Well, we talked about early on post play. It looks like these last 4 minutes is just going to be post to post.
3:55 to go, double overtime, 68 all between Columbia and Dartmouth. Zimmerman, 3 ball is no good, and Sabo with the rebound. Fanny with her 7th board of the night. Skip pass to Lippold in front of her own bench. Chest pass to Olivia Smith with 20 on the shot clock. Now it's Sabo. Sabo with 25 points tonight. Tried to drive and dump it off to Smith, and then Fanny traveled, turned it over. Dartmouth's 14th turnover of the night. And with 3:34 to go here in double overtime, 68-68, Columbia with the basketball, moving right to left. Paulina corner, picked up her dribble, trying to hand it off to Zimmerman, and then Quinones just picked up her 4th personal foul.
We need to keep Quinones on the floor, so I wonder if they will leave her in, give her a breather. Because then if you're Columbia, just like we were talking about trying to go at Zimmerman, who was in foul trouble, if you're Columbia, you're going to go right back at her.
So here is Camille Zimmerman for 2 free throws, 28 points, 13 boards. She's 5 of 5 from the charity stripe, hits the first one.
I know I mentioned it earlier, but you love that, she leads the team. She's got 41 assists. She leads the team in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks, but she also shares the ball.
Second free throw is good. 30 points tonight for Zimmerman. That's her season high. And it's a 70-68 Lions lead. Dartmouth with the basketball, 3:12 to go here in double overtime. Letkowitz on the baseline right side, calling out traffic, wants one-on-one with Roper. Roper's trying to seal her off. Spin move to Lippold with 9 on the shot clock. Lippold slips as he tried to make a move with the basketball, and then there's a tie-up on the floor. Jump ball, possession arrow will go to Columbia.
Coach Bell's trying to talk to the ref about how she thinks there was a hold there.
A little surprised they call a jump ball. Didn't think there was that much of a tie-up there, but the ball stays with Columbia. Now Emily Slagle quickly gets into the lineup, replacing Cy Lippold. So now Fanny will move to the 1.
And it's interesting, you see Zimmerman running the point right now as they've been having a hard time getting her a pass.
Here's Zimmerman, catches in the right wing, driving strong to the basket, layup attempt is good! She made a move while in midair and laid it up. 32 for Camille Zimmerman, and a 4-point Columbia lead with 2:40 to go in double overtime.
Couldn't have drew that up better. Putting her hand off, pass to the side, having her driving right.
Letkowitz trying to catch on the right block, and Zimmerman called for the reach-in. That is her 3rd personal. And to the line for 2 is Kate Letkowitz with 2:34 to go here in double overtime.
That's her 4th
That's
personal,
her 4th.
actually, Brett, so even better for the Big Green.
I mean, that was a beautiful layup by Camille. I mean, she
had hang time on that.
And she had to adjust midair.
Yeah, it was a great pump fake.
Letkowitz hits the first free throw. Kate tonight with 8 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. 1 more coming to make it a 2-point Columbia lead. Sinks them both. 2:34 and counting here in double overtime. 72-70 the Columbia lead.
Who's on the ball? Oh, goodness.
That corner was just walking up uncontested. Zimmerman. Hesitation move on the right wing, gives it up to Corner. Corner with 18 seconds on the shot clock, 2:19 to go here in double overtime. It's Giuliano, bounce pass to Tori Oliver. Beyond the arc right side is Corner. Corner will drive baseline, skip pass to Giuliano in the left corner, almost fell out of bounds trying to keep the possession. 5 on the shot clock, Giuliano has to hurry, 3 seconds, block shot there by Fanny Sabo, and it's a shot clock violation, turnover Columbia.
Great defense, great solid defense for 30 minutes. And now let's reap the benefits of that stop. Let's tie it up right here, take the lead.
A 2 will tie, a 3 will take a lead, 72-70. Columbia on top, Dartmouth with the basketball, moving left to right, double overtime. Sabo will not use the screen there from Quinones. Now Quinones catches on the baseline right side, Oliver on her. Floats it into Smith on the right block, turnaround 2 is no good, rebound for Giuliano. There was almost a tie-up, but Giuliano able to squirt it over to Corner, who will get it over the timeline here for Columbia, and then there's a steal. And here comes Fanny Sabo. She doesn't have numbers. And she's going to work the baseline. Layup is good! Oh, it looked like she was going to pull it out.
Nice little hesitation.
And then she goes right to the rim to tie it up at 72 with 1:24 to go in double overtime.
I think she had us all faked out.
Zimmerman with 32 points gives it up to Roper, top of the key. Now it's Tori Oliver to Giuliano. Top of the key with 10 seconds. 1:09 to go in double overtime. Giuliano hands it off to Camille Zimmerman. One-on-one with Slagle. Zimmerman splits two defenders, throws it up off the glass, shot no good. Oliver comes away with the rebound with 1 minute left to go, and Meg Griffith will call timeout. Belko Klonis won and over and back, not going to get the call. And it's a 30-second timeout for Columbia, tied up at 72 with 58 seconds to go here in double overtime.
Every possession matters, Brett. Their margin for error, right? All those little tips, doing your work early. Maybe if you just box out a second earlier, everything matters.
Well, Dartmouth and Columbia have had their chances. I mean, you go back to the first overtime, Columbia came out of the gate, hit 2 3-pointers right off the bat, but Dartmouth has continued to claw their way back in.
I think that they're just making it exciting for all the alumni that are back. They want to make sure that they put on a good show, right? Keep us on the edge of our seats, and they want to win, not just in regulation, they want to win in double overtime.
Style points, right?
Absolutely.
32 points for Camille Zimmerman. That's a season high for her. 13 boards, 2 assists. Fanny Sabo with 25 points and 7 boards. Ice Quinones with 18 points and 9 boards, along with 5 assists for the big man for Dartmouth. And the Big Green will have to step it up on defense here, as Columbia will have the basketball tied up at 72 in their front court with 58 seconds to go in double overtime.
On the replay, they just showed that Quinones is the reason that Fanny got this layup. Quinones is the one that always gets her hands on everything, got the tip, it popped out, made the pass up to Fanny to get her that opportunity.
And then Fanny drove to right about the left block, and then looked like she was going to turn around and dribble back out, and then she made a quick spin move and then went right in with the right hand for the layup for her 27th point of the night.
Still not her career high, though. I'm pretty sure as a freshman she dropped like 33 one game.
It was a nice introductory, and Belle Koklanis' first win. Columbia will inbound here, tied up at 72. 57 seconds to go here in double overtime. Giuliano, top of the key.
Emily Slagle has been doing a great job on Zimmerman, giving her fresh legs. She's not in foul trouble like Quinones is, and she's all over her.
Corner, a lot of dribbling. Bounce pass on the left corner. It goes to Camille Zimmerman. Zimmerman with 10 on the shot clock. Roper wide open on the baseline, right side. Layup is good with 38 seconds to go in double overtime. Oh, Roper has killed Dartmouth, and she's doing it again. Her 14th point of the night. Dartmouth can tie it with a 2, take the lead with a 3. 25 seconds to go in double overtime. Sabo will start at the top of the key, trying to drive on corner. Now will dribble in the right corner, skip past to Quinones. And she goes right inside to Olivia Smith, but before the pass, timeout called by Dartmouth with 19.9 seconds to go in double overtime. Columbia up by 2.
Did that shot by Olivia Smith go in?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I would have hated for Coach Bell to call timeout as Olivia Smith was about to drain a jumper. So I'm glad that that didn't happen.
All right, well, Dartmouth here in the half court.
Can't take this, Rhett. Oh, goodness. And both teams are just making plays, play after play. And so now Dartmouth's up. What are you going to do?
19.9 seconds to go. Both of these teams fighting hard here tonight, and again tomorrow night we'll be right back at it. Dartmouth will host the Cornell Big Red. We're in a battle with Harvard at last check.
And right here, Dartmouth is going to want to score as quickly as possible for the chance that it doesn't go in and they can foul and still have significant amount of time left on the clock.
Harvard, by the way, defeated Cornell 62-59. Here's Dartmouth down by 2 with 15 seconds to go in double overtime. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Sabo. Starts at the top of the key. Pull up 2 from the right wing. Got it with 9.9.
Still a lot of time left.
And Meg Griffith will call a timeout. with 9 seconds to go in double overtime, tied up at 74. But that has been Fanny Sabo's bread and butter tonight, her 29th point, and it gives this game another tie, 74-74 here in double overtime, 9 seconds left to go.
I would love to see how many lead changes and ties there have been in this game.
So Fanny Sabo with her 29th point of the night, and again, now just 3 points away from, 2 points away from passing Brittany Smith on the 13th place on the all-time scoring list for Dartmouth.
And Dartmouth is shooting 47% for the game.
And they've had to battle back most of this game.
Right. Well, and you look at, and a reason that Columbia's been in it too is they're shooting less percent. They're shooting just under 40%, but they have 7 more field goal attempts than the Big Green do. And that's, Roper getting those old board putbacks.
Camille Zimmerman leading all scorers with 32. Fanny Sabo with 29. Ice Quinones with 18 points. Devin Roper with 14 points. Here in double overtime in Hanover, New Hampshire. And both teams will break the huddle here. So on the floor for Columbia, it'll be Giuliano, Roper, Corner, Oliver, and Zimmerman. Quinones, Smith, Sabo, Slagle, and Letkowitz on the floor for the Big Green.
All right, and so are you holding it? You're holding it for the last shot. You don't want Dartmouth to get the ball back. So you got to be disciplined and don't shoot the ball too early.
Corner will inbound in front of her own bench. Gets it to Camille Zimmerman. Zimmerman with 8 seconds. She was going to go strong to the rim. Step back 2 is short, and the rebound controlled by Dartmouth, and Big Green will call a timeout with 2.8 seconds to go, and they'll get the ball at half court.
Check the clock. I think a few seconds might have ticked off.
And I think they're going to go to the monitor to check it out. So with 2.8 seconds to go in double overtime, 74-74. Dartmouth will have a chance for the win. I just think of that.
I think Coach Bell called timeout as soon as they have the ball right there. So there should be like 3.9.
It's almost a full second, you're saying, Jill.
But I guess it depends on, we can't see if she's actually calling the timeout of when the ref actually heard her calling it.
Does the game plan change here? Down to the timeout?
So you gave Fanny the opportunity, right? Do you stick with Fanny, who's got 29 on the night, or do you go to Ice, who's, they went to Olivia Smith, so I'm going with Quinones. 18 points, 9 rebounds. Use Fanny as a decoy, maybe.
2.8 seconds to go here in double overtime, tied up at 74. Slagle will inbound in front of her own bench. They're going to lob it inside, try to get it to Quinones. Nobody was there. Corner has it. She'll dribble it out, and we'll go to triple overtime.
Brett, that was that play. That was the NJIT play. They set a back screen for Quinones to try and get it on that far side corner. But unfortunately, credit Columbia, they scouted that, and there was 2 defenders there.
I just laughed because I just made eye contact with the Columbia radio broadcaster. Both just kind of gave
Is he still awake?
How could you not? As we go to triple overtime, hopefully our executive producer hasn't passed out back at the studio. This one has been exciting. And triple overtime here in Hanover, tied up at 74.
You can see a lot of the yes.
And we just got word that Cornell may have already gotten here from Boston
at
this point. So
and did they win?
Harvard ended up pulling it out
okay.
as the end. So
all right, Harvard.
All chocolate cookies come home with me tonight.
Harvard's on that 15-game win streak, so credit to them.
And they've been starting to get some national attention as well with their recent streak. So Cornell will come to Hanover tomorrow. And the Big Green right now trying to stay in the moment here as we are about to start triple overtime. This is my first triple. Have you been into triple OT?
No.
Coach, player?
I have not. Triple, never. But I can't imagine how exhausted the players are. I look at Ice's line. She's played 50 minutes. That's just frightening to see.
Usually that's like a hockey line playing close to 60 minutes, right? Now, when you get into these late game situations, though, Jill, when you do have fatigue is an issue. I mean, from a coaching standpoint, what are you telling your players?
That if I'm from a coaching standpoint, you want to draw up easier looks for them. From the three, Kate Lekowitz's deep range threes might fall a little bit short. Even Fanny's jumper might be a little short. So maybe draw up a play, get them a layup, get it into the post. That would be the play calls that I would do. But also now fouls play a factor. We have a lot of players on the floor with 4 fouls. Tori Oliver, Camille Zimmerman, and Ice Quinones.
And the tip is won and controlled by Columbia. Lions again moving right to left across your radio dial and computer screens. Triple overtime here with both teams knotted up at 74. Giuliano beyond the arc left side. Bounce pass on the left elbow goes to Tori Oliver. She's got 7.7 boards tonight. Zimmerman off the curl, dribbling to the free throw line. Lost the handle, then throws up a shot. No good. Roper is there, and the putback is good. What a surprise. Devin Roper, 16 points on the night.
It's almost as if there's a magnet that the ball, if it misses, if Camille Zimmerman misses a jumper, there's a magnet goes right to Roper.
And Roper's got a double-double tonight, 16 points, 10 boards. 76-74, the Columbia lead. Smith trying to float it inside to Quinones, Battle and Roper in the lane, and they're going to whistle Roper for the foul, and Quinones to the line for 2. Quinones tonight, 18 points, 9 boards.
And you see Roper guarding Quinones, who isn't in foul trouble, right? So you have Oliver and Zimmerman still on the floor, but they're not guarding Quinones.
First free throw is good. Here comes the second one from Quinones, and she sinks them both. 4 for 7 tonight from the charity strike. Knotted back up at 76 with 4:13 to go here in triple overtime. Here is corner to Giuliano. Try to bounce pass it into Zimmerman on the left block. Kick ball. Possession stays with Columbia.
They got to dig deep. You can see the fatigue on both teams. You got to find a way.
Giuliano wide open baseline 2 on the left side. No good. Tori Oliver with the rebound. And she tried to kick it out to Zimmerman. Ball's deflected in front of the Columbia bench, but Zimmerman able to reset. Paulina Corner left wide open for 3. It's no good. Lekowitz with the board. Columbia now 7 of 23 shooting the 3. Letkowitz with their 7th board of the night. Dartmouth can take the lead with a bucket here. Here is Sabo beyond the arc right side. Gets it into the lane to Letkowitz. Floater with the right hand. Falling away is good for Kate Letkowitz. She's got 11 points tonight. And with 3:32 to go here in triple overtime, Dartmouth 78, Columbia 76. And we'll get a substitution as Surloff is into the lineup replacing Tori Oliver. So a little offense for defense here for Meg Griffith and the Lions. Corner will get it over the mid-stripe here. It's Giuliano beyond the arc left side looking in at Zimmerman. They're trying to seal her off, and they do. 17 on the shot clock, 3:15 to go here in triple overtime. Dartmouth up by 2, Columbia with the basketball. Zimmerman puts it on the floor. Got away with the travel as she dragged that pivot foot, but no call. Surloff back to Zimmerman in the lane. Drive and kick. 3-ball in the left corner is no good from Giuliano, and the rebound for Fanny Sabo.
Great defense. Emily Slagle doing a great job on Zimmerman.
Sabo handling the point here. Slowly walks it over the timeline. Now she'll get it up to Kate Letkowitz right in front of us, right sideline. Back to Fanny in front of her own bench. Letkowitz catches in the lane. Trying to throw up a shot and had the ball stripped away. Zimmerman comes away with it and then gets it to Surloff in the backcourt. Dartmouth wanted to travel. They're not going to get it. Surloff to Roper. Swings it to corner, top of the key, and they'll reset. Columbia down by 2 in the basketball. 2:25 to go here in triple overtime. Giuliano looking for a man to spring free. It's corner. It's a high screen from Roper. Hesitation move. Driving kick to Surloff with 5 on the shot clock. Here's Zimmerman top of the key with 3 on the shot clock. Zimmerman, tough 2. two. Couldn't get the shooter's roll. Sabo with the rebound in the backcourt.
Zimmerman's been contested. There's a hand in her face, no fouling. You can't ask for better defense.
2 minutes to go here in triple overtime. It's a 2-point Dartmouth lead. They have the basketball moving left to right. Here's Sabo beyond the arc right side. Looked into Quinones, didn't have it. Letkowitz for three. It was halfway down and it rimmed out. And there's a loose ball underneath and it comes away for Columbia. Oh, that one would have been the dagger. Oh, almost on over and back corner. Got away with it. Here's a runner by Giuliano and it's no good. And the rebound for Dartmouth.
We need to take a deep breath. Let's set something up, get the play call.
90 seconds to go in triple overtime. Dartmouth up by 2. Sabo with a right-hand dribble. Feeds it inside to Letkowitz. Floater with the right hand is good!
Hey, Letkowitz is coming on as of late.
It was a baby hook from the Iowan. And with 1:10 to go in triple overtime, Dartmouth has a 4-point lead, 80-76. Columbia with the basketball. Zimmerman catches layup, almost had the and one, but Zimmerman to the line for 2 with 1:05 to go in triple overtime, down by 4.
It was a great foul, so Slagle fouled her hard enough so she wasn't able to get the shot off.
Letkowitz with 13 points tonight with that last bucket after a miserable start to the first half. Zimmerman's free throw is good. She's got 33 points tonight. With one more coming. Career high for Camille Zimmerman was last year. She dropped 31 against Vermont.
Was that in regulation?
I believe it was.
Okay.
She sinks both free throws right there, 34 points, and it's a 2-point Dartmouth lead. A minute to go here in triple overtime. Sabo brings it over the mid-stripe. Corner all over her. A pair of international players going at it here. Now it's Quinones. Beyond the arc right side. Feeds it into Letkowitz in the lane. Trying to back down her defender. Another skyhook shot, no good. Zimmerman with the rebound, down by 2. 42 seconds to go in triple overtime. Zimmerman to Oliver. Driving. Tried to throw up a shot. It was blocked by Olivia Smith. Smith being double teamed in the backcourt, and Dartmouth will call a timeout with 32 seconds to go in triple overtime. Dartmouth up by 2. Big play there by Olivia Smith.
Great job not fouling. You never want to foul when you're up, especially in an overtime situation. And there's about a 4-second differential from game clock and shot clock.
32.4 seconds to go in triple overtime. Dartmouth 80, Columbia 78. And like we said, if you look back at this history in this series, especially with Coach Bell being at the helm here, I mean, these games have been down to the wire, whether it's in New York City or whether it's here in New Hampshire.
And it seems as if it doesn't even matter how the game goes. It's always going to end up this way. One year, I think Columbia was up, 20 at one point. Dartmouth came back, and those last few minutes, it's a game.
So Dartmouth will have the basketball up by 2 and a chance to potentially ice this game if they can get a bucket here. 3 players in double-digit scoring for Dartmouth. Sabo with 29, Quinones with 20, Kate Letkowitz with 13 on the other side for Columbia. Camille Zimmerman with 34 points, a career high, along with 14 boards, and Devin Roper with 16 points and 10 boards for the Lions. So let's see what Dartmouth will draw up here. As on the floor for Columbia, it'll be Roper, Corner, Oliver, Zimmerman, and I want to say Surloff as well.
And this is where, Brett, free throw shooting is so crucial, right? The fact that Dartmouth shoots very well from the free throw line, because what we experienced a little bit in that Harvard game was they started fouling Jeannie Bain because she was a 14% free throw shooter. So for the most part, everyone on the floor is a pretty good free throw shooter for Dartmouth.
A little surprised Tori Oliver out on the floor here for Columbia. Well, I mean, at this point, you need all the stops you can get. Yep.
And Columbia is going to have a full court press with Camille Zimmerman playing kind of the safety.
Quinones gets it into Slagle. They tried to foul her real quick and they didn't get it. Quinones with the basketball. Now they're going to foul her with 27.9 seconds. And you can see Meg Griffith saying, we should have got the whistle when we fouled Emily Slagle. That's who we wanted. But instead it'll be Quinones for 2 free throws with 27.9 seconds to go in triple overtime, up by 2.
Ice can ice the game from the free throw line.
Emily Slagle has only attempted 1 free throw on the season, so you can see why they wanted to foul her right away. So here, big free throws for Ice Quinones, 20 points tonight. First free throw is good. 1 more to make it a 2-possession game.
This is a big one.
Quinones is now 5 of 7 from the charity stripe, but this one the biggest yet here in triple overtime. Leede Arena gets very quiet here, bending the knees, flicking the wrist, and it's good. 22 for Quinones. It's a 4-point Dartmouth lead. 25 seconds to go here in triple overtime. Corner. Gets a screen from Zimmerman. Gives it up to Oliver. They've got to hurry. 18 seconds. Zimmerman jacks up a 3 from the right side. It's no good. She almost got her own rebound. Ball deflected out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with Columbia. With 13.7 to go in triple overtime, and Columbia will burn a timeout.
What Dartmouth doesn't need to do is foul, right? And just how many and ones has Camille Zimmerman had? If she gets it, just let her get the layup. Do not put yourself in a situation where she can make the layup and get the free throw.
So, yeah, I would agree. Anything close to the basket, you let it happen.
And they also want to draw up, I believe, Ice or Kate Lekowitz are their best free throw shooters. So you want to be drawing up here how to get them the ball.
So you got to be thinking a play ahead here if you're Coach Bell.
Absolutely. Whether, right, on the make, okay, who are we getting the ball to? How are we getting that person the ball? And it's clear that they were trying to foul Emily Slagle, so maybe you have her take the ball out and give it an option to foul the other 4 players.
Columbia will inbound underneath their offensive hoop. Abby Lee is into the lineup here for Columbia. Emily Surloff will inbound. They lob it into Zimmerman, catches, floats it up. It was halfway down, no good. Oliver with the putback attempt, and she is fouled with 10.3 to go in triple overtime, and she'll have 2 free throws. It was a nice design play, but I think you can start to see the fatigue really wear on Camille Zimmerman. She has given everything she's had.
Rightly so.
She has been all that is advertised here tonight. But right now, her team trailing by 4. Tori Oliver with 2 big free throws with 10 seconds to go in triple overtime. First one is good for Oliver, who's got 8 points, 8 boards tonight.
And Coach Bell is reminding them to box out as Roper is subbed back into the game. So make sure Quinones gets a body on her. Maybe her and Lekowitz will pinch her. Make sure she does not get a touch on the ball.
Second free throw, good. Makes it a 82-80 Dartmouth lead. 10 seconds to go here in triple overtime. Dartmouth will inbound, got to go full length of the court. They get it into Slagle, and Columbia quickly fouls with 9.7 to go here in triple overtime. And free throws coming for Emily Slagle, leading by 2. As we mentioned,
I was going to ask if there was a timeout. Both, was it a 5? Was it someone's 5th foul? They're huddled up right now.
I think they have the foul on Emily Surloff, and missed the first free throw. 9.7 seconds to go. Slagle up until that point and only attempted 1 free throw. 1 more here. Up by 2, 9 seconds to go. She sinks it, so Columbia needs a 3 to tie. And then late substitution here for Columbia granted. Abby Lee's going to check in for Tori Oliver. Boy, that was a really late substitution call.
So are they going to go for a quick 2 and then foul? Or do you think with Camille Zimmerman on the floor and some Some of your best three-point shooters are going for three.
5 seconds left to go. The inbounded to corner, who's tried to go strong to the rim, and she had the ball stripped away with 3.5 seconds to go here in triple overtime. Now you got to get a catch and shoot for three here. Columbia's going to inbound underneath their offensive hoop, but the Lions look confused on what they want to run here. Corner will inbound. Columbia down by 3 with 3.5 seconds to go here in triple overtime. Surloff with the fake for three and the tie. Got it! With half a second to go! We're going to quadruple overtime!
Oh my goodness, what a shot.
Unbelievable!
Again, they just want to make this so exciting for the alums that are here, the great crowd, but credit Surloff on that pump fake. That side, one step. I mean, she's the one that you would want to shoot a three at the end of the game.
She's only had 3 baskets tonight, all courtesy of the tray.
We take care of the whole recovery process. What's involved is preserving dreams.
The first thing I do with any athlete is figure out their goals and then try to make a plan based upon that.
We don't look at you as a guy with a shoulder problem. We try to understand what it is that makes you tick.
When you make amazing things happen for people year after year, it doesn't go unnoticed. New York Presbyterian, a top 5 hospital in the nation.
Even the officials giving a smile on the other end here as Oliver and Smith, what, for the 5th time tonight, are going to toss it up. And the 4th overtime about to be underway here in Leede. The tip is won by Dartmouth, and the Big Green moving left to right across your radio dial. 83 all here in the 4th overtime in Hanover. Sabo into Lekowitz, trying to back down her defenders. Floater with the left hand, short.
It's short. A lot of things are going to be short.
Roper with the rebound. Roper's got 11 boards tonight along with 16 points. Camille Zimmerman with 34 points tonight, leading all scorers. Paulina corner, gets a high screen from Oliver. Corner, gonna go drive, kick, Surloff wide open for three in the left corner. Off the back iron, no good. Ball tipped around, Smith with the board. And then there's a backcourt steal by Surloff on Sabo, and Sabo able to get it to Smith. They got to get it over the timeline quickly. Letkowitz in the backcourt, and they didn't recognize it. Did not recognize it, a 10-second backcourt violation.
I mean, Surloff is fired up right there. I mean, she threw her entire body to try and get that steal. And that's what you need to do. In a quadruple overtime game, you got to give it your all, Brett.
That was a hustle point and a half there by Surloff, and Columbia with another offensive possession here after the turnover by Dartmouth. That is their 17th of the night. Here's Oliver on the left elbow. Puts it on the floor, splits 2 defenders, layup with the right hand, no good. Smith with the board, with the defensive board. 83 all, 4th overtime we go. Sabo beyond the arc left side. Keeping the dribble going, doesn't have an angle. Now skip pass to Smith, top of the key, passes it back to her left to Sabo. Sabo with the right hand dribble. Scoop shot, right hand, no good. Loose ball underneath. Travel violation as Zimmerman came down with it and fell. Really nothing she could do about it, but
right.
Columbia turns it over.
That's a good break for the Big Green.
So Dartmouth will inbound underneath their offensive hoop. I mean, you could see both teams are just exhausted.
I mean, they've almost played an entire extra half of basketball.
On the inbounds, it's Slagle catching in the left corner. She'll dribble back out top of the key with the right hand. Sabo will come and get it. Fanny has played a lot of the one here in these last 3 overtimes.
I don't know if they've subbed, really.
I don't think they have. It's Quinones, gives the look inside, now swings it left side to Sabo. Sabo goes into Kate Lekowitz, turnaround jumper on the left elbow. It's no good. Long board grab by Zimmerman. And Zimmerman is fouled in the backcourt with 3:07 to go here in the 4th overtime. I think Zimmerman might have got nicked up on that play there too, Jill.
It looked like she got hit in the face, but I'm curious why he blew the whistle.
I'm not too sure why the official in the backcourt blew the whistle. But now the whole Columbia team is now being talked to by one of the officials in the lane. I'm not really sure what is what is being talked about here, but the clock is stopped with 3:07 to go here in the fourth overtime period. 83-all between Columbia and Dartmouth.
This is so bizarre. Checking to see if Camille Zimmerman's bleeding maybe because she got hit in the face.
Zimmerman has, I'll give credit. I mean, Dartmouth has played her tough defensively all night tonight, and Zimmerman has just created her own shot. She has fought for loose boards. That's her 17th board of the night tonight. 83-all in the fourth overtime. Columbia with the basketball moving right to left. Oliver to corner. Corner. Waiting. Still dribbling around. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Corner. Driving in the left wing. Gives it up to Surloff. Surloff to Zimmerman with 3 on the shot clock. Zimmerman, runner with the lane! And she is fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Who was that foul on?
Looks like it's on Slagle. Her third. Boy.
Emily Slagle's playing great defense on Zimmerman. I mean, she is. She's working her butt off.
Slagle, the junior out of Arlington, Texas. And the first free throw is good for Camille Zimmerman, her 35th point of the night along with 17 boards. Second free throw is good. And Columbia has the first lead of the fourth overtime, 85-83, 2:38 to go here in Hanover. Again, this game's so important to both of these teams, looking to avoid a 0-3 start in Ivy play. Columbia will be at Harvard tomorrow. Dartmouth will host Cornell tonight, or tomorrow night, I should say. Here's Smith catching at the free throw line. Squares up on Roper, will take the jumper. It's no good. And Zimmerman with the one-handed rebound. And she's going to bring it up over the timeline herself. With 2:12 to go here in the fourth overtime, Columbia up 85-83. And
Surloff.
It looks like she's a little bit shaken up, and she'll head to the bench, and that'll get Alexa Giuliano quickly off the bench. I think right now, Jill, I know you don't want to get ultra conservative if you're Columbia, but just I think you can milk some clock at this point, especially if you get a bucket here.
Yes.
A 4-point lead in the fourth overtime. The way the lead seems a lot bigger.
Oh yeah, even that 2 points seems like, oh, how much work to get that 2 points.
Columbia inbounds it with 2:07 to go here in the fourth overtime period. Columbia 85, Dartmouth 83. Here's Giuliano to Zimmerman, top of the key. Zimmerman with the head fake. Now she'll bounce pass it on the right elbow to Oliver. Oliver will put it on the ground. Feeds it to Roper, waiting on the left block. Layup is good for Devin Roper. She's got 18 points tonight, and it's an 87-83 Columbia lead. 1:43 to go in fourth overtime.
Roper just seems to always be behind the defense and sneaks right in there.
Slagle, pull up 2, good from the free throw line.
That was a great shot. Not a lot of time came off the clock. High percentage shot. Need to play some defense, Brett.
1:24 to go here in the fourth overtime. 87-85 Columbia with the lead of the basketball. Slagle with her 6th point of the night. Here's Zimmerman beyond the arc right side. Gets it to Oliver at the free throw line. She'll drive strong to the lane. Layup is good. She had to alter her shot to get it over Smith.
That's a tough shot, finishing with her left.
Quinones the other way on the right block. Throws up a layup attempt, but she is fouled and will get to the line for 2. Down by 4 with 61 seconds to go in the fourth overtime.
Here we go, free throws. Knock them down. Down 2. Then you're going to need play 30 seconds of defense, then 30 seconds offense.
So here's Quinones. The first free throw is no good. By the way, Jill, I've been told that the longest game in Division I NCAA women's basketball, 5 overtimes.
5 overtimes. All right, well, it's what, 9:38, so 2 hours and 38 minutes.
Second free throw is good. It makes it a 3-point Columbia lead with 58 seconds to go here in the fourth overtime.
Wasn't there a 6 overtime? Was that men's Big East?
That was men's, just Syracuse and Pittsburgh in the old Big East championship game.
Jerry McNamara was still playing.
So long ago. 43 seconds to go here in the fourth overtime. 89-86 Columbia with the lead of the basketball. Here's Zimmerman. Jab step beyond the arc right side. Trying to work on Slagle. 5 on the shot clock. Zimmerman. Tough 2 in the right lane. It's short. Ball's tipped around. It's fought for underneath. Zimmerman comes away with it. She falls down. Loose ball on the floor. And it's a jump ball. And possession goes to Columbia with 25.7 seconds here in the fourth overtime, up by 3.
That might have been a travel. Zimmerman was kind of crawling on the floor. All right, and Coach Bell's telling them on the catch they got a foul.
Remember, Quinones has 4 personal fouls.
You know what's great, Brett, is all these alums that we keep referencing have been on their feet
The whole game.
I was going to say at least all the overtimes. They are just so into it.
I bet you they brought their jerseys too, thinking they're going to get in this
They
game.
have an alumni game tomorrow, 3 o'clock, if you want to broadcast.
23 seconds to go here in the fourth overtime. Columbia inbounds it. They're up by 3. Zimmerman dribbling around here. Shot clock's turned off. Dartmouth's got a foul. Dartmouth has to foul, and they finally do. Zimmerman just dribbling around. Way too much time came off the clock there. And free throws here. Camille Zimmerman can put this one away. 15 seconds to go. Columbia up by 3 in the fourth overtime.
I'm trying to think why it was. Were they going for a steal? So usually in those situations, you want to go for the steal first. You don't want to foul. You want to go for the steal. If you don't get the steal, then you want to foul.
All right, big free throws here for Camille Zimmerman as she can put this one away if she hits both. Up by 3. Zimmerman with 36 points tonight. Misses the first. Still a big one here. She just got to hit one. If you're Columbia, you'll feel okay with that.
She might have missed that because it's her 54th minute that she's playing.
Second free throw is good. It's a big one. And timeout. Dartmouth with 15.3 seconds to go in the fourth overtime. Columbia 90, Dartmouth 86. Camille Zimmerman now with 37 points and 19 rebounds. And what was a jump in Leede Arena has now gone quiet as the prospects looking dim here with Dartmouth down by 4 here in this fourth overtime period.
I'm trying to find, Brett, what was the most points scored in a Dartmouth women's basketball game?
That is a good question. Again, tomorrow, fans, don't forget, we're right back on the air on the Learfield Sports Radio Network as we'll have Dartmouth and Cornell special 6 o'clock tip-off. And again, it'll be Chris Welgus night, so make sure you come out here, fans. It'll be a packed house.
Right, we just got the stat sheets, and we now have Quinones playing 60 minutes. And then Camille Zimmerman, 58. I'm tired just reading that.
I mean, I have never called a game quite like this. This is a first. This has been impressive.
It's still a lot of time. That's what I'm learning in these overtime. 15 seconds is a lot of time. Get a quick 2, foul the right person, few missed free throws. Still got a chance.
90-86, 4 overtimes here tonight. Give credit to the fans that have been cheering all night tonight. You know, this is a game that you get to this point, Jill, and it's just, you almost would rather lose in regulation than just get to this far. And
I know. And
it's
because and we
unfortunate.
talked about it, it's gonna affect both of these teams for tomorrow's games.
Dartmouth will inbound up, down by 4, 15 seconds to go. Fanny catches on the inbound. She'll throw it up with the right hand layup. Good. 90-88.
That was great. Only 4 seconds off the clock.
And Meg Griffith will call a timeout with 11.4. Like you said, only 3 seconds really came off the clock there, Jill. So Columbia up by 2 with the basketball here. And if you're Dartmouth, you got to foul right away.
Maybe foul. I mean, they're all pretty good free throw shooters. I mean, Corner's 91%. Surloff 75%. Zimmerman's 79%. Oliver 77%.
Columbia is the best free throw percentage shooting team coming into tonight. That may have, both these teams may have changed after tonight.
That's true. I would go. Zimmerman. She hasn't missed. She's 12 of 13 from the free throw line. Tori Oliver, on the other hand, is 50%. She's made 3 out of 6. So if I'm Dartmouth, Oliver's the one that I'm going to foul. Put her to the line.
So they move the ball to half court after the timeout. Paulina Corner will inbound here for Columbia in front of her own bench. Columbia up by 2 in the basketball. They got to inbound it here. Corner gets it to Giuliano in the corner. Fanny tried to tie her up, but they're going to call a reach and foul. That only took a second off the clock, though.
That's sometimes that I know coaches will talk to the referees, because sometimes the referees blow the whistle because they assume, right? So they were assuming they were going to foul there. But maybe if you chat and say, hey, we're going to go for a tie-up or a steal and then foul, then they're not so quick to call that foul right there.
So here is Alexa Giuliano, the 5'8" junior out of Hackettstown, New Jersey. 4.7 boards tonight. 2 big free throws here. First one, no good. Cy Lippold into the lineup here for Emily Slagle. Good minutes from Slagle. One more coming here. This is a big one for Giuliano. Makes it to make it a 3-point Columbia lead. 10 seconds left to go here in the fourth overtime. Lippold quickly gets it over the timeline. She's going to look to score, throws it up. Shot is no good, but she is fouled. And will get to the line for 2 for Cy Lippold with 5.5 seconds to go here in the fourth overtime.
And I know Coach Bell is talking to Cy, saying that was the play that they wanted to run if they were down 4, like get the quick 2. So I'm not sure that that's exactly what they wanted in that situation. I think Coach Bell wanted to set up probably either Kate Lekowitz or Fanny for a 3 for the tie.
Yeah, if you're Columbia, you played right into the hands of that one, and Lippold misses the first. So do you miss it here? At 5.5, down by 3? I think you have to.
I think so. But with the Roper and Zimmerman down there, chances are that you're going to get a board.
She missed it. Loose ball underneath. Clock is moving with 3 seconds. Zimmerman with the board. She is fouled with 2.8 to go in the fourth overtime, up by 3. And a chance for Columbia to ice it here tonight. Foul on Olivia Smith, her 4th. So Camille Zimmerman. Why not, right? 37 points.
12 of 13 from the line.
18 boards. First free throw is no good. You can just see it in her legs right now. She is just gassed. But if she hits this one, she all but seals it.
Does Dartmouth have a timeout?
I believe they do have one. Missed them both. Hits the floor. 1 second left. And no shot will go. Oh, it's halfway down. I think they were going to count if it went in, but it doesn't matter. In one of the craziest, if not the craziest game in Ivy League basketball this season.
Oh my goodness, Brett, that was in!
The Columbia Lions defeat the Dartmouth Big Green 91-88 in 4 overtime.